usual excellent job on the national anthems. We're all set for Game 2, IHL first round Turner Cup playoff between the Lumberjacks and the Komets. And I was down here talking to some people, Randy, over to our near left with Lumberjack jerseys on. Went over to see if they were from Cleveland. No, all 8 of them came down from Muskegon to see their old team down here tonight.
Oh, that's great, Tim. Shows how much I know about hockey. We changed the complete lineup for the Komets, and we were right about one thing. Dobson is starting in goal, so we're not quite batting 1,000, but maybe about 500, huh?
Dave Smith, Jason Smart take the opening face-off Game 2. Very important game for the Komets. They want to go into Cleveland 2-0. You don't want to drop a home game in the playoffs, unlike the Chicago Blackhawks. Cleveland has the puck in the Fort Wayne zone, and I'm sure Cleveland, Randy, is going to try to get on the board real quick. We'll see how the Komets react to that.
Interference. No call.
Chibriev with the puck. Feeds it out to center ice. It goes back down to the Cleveland zone. Al Tour with the puck. Carries on around the far side. Flips it up the ice. Then it comes to Jean-Marc. Richard dumps it back in. Dobson will leave it behind the net. Kelly Hurd into forecheck. Davidson, right in front of the net. Boyce has got a shot.
Oh, what an opportunity.
Off the side of the net, Boyce.
Kelly Hurd batting out a great shot there, Tim.
Jason Smart being harassed by Boyce. And he fires it down into the Fort Wayne zone where Reddick stops it behind the net. Up the ice at center. Fed back down into the Fort Wayne zone. Reddick around the boards. Mikhailiuk being checked by Bobby J. It's going to come out to Ian Boyce, and Boyce over to Hankinson. Hankinson down into the Cleveland zone, and with Mikhailiuk, Ganscher, and Gauthier on the ice, you can just about bet that Boyce, Hankinson, and Lee Davidson will be out there.
Cleveland's already taken a lot of body checks out there, Tim. Another one goes there.
Gruhl throws the body into his man. Mikhailiuk comes up with the puck, leaves it off to Nelson at the point. Nelson at the deep slot takes the shot. The rebound comes right out to Hankinson, and we're going to have a penalty call. Holding is going to be the call.
So it's going to be against the Komets.
And this one is starting out just like it did Friday night. Komets into the box early, so they'll have to kill off a Cleveland power play goal. 2 minutes holding to Scott Gruhl. 1:43 of period 1. The first penalty is called. Good crowd on hand, although I must admit it's somewhat shy of what I thought this place would be. You should have standing room only in here, folks. Where are you?
Unbelievable, Tim. You can't leave up to watching the whole game on Channel 10, as we have a couple mix-ups today. But
beyond our control.
That's for sure. And it's not going to get any better when they start cutting the money out.
Well, we hope it doesn't get that far. Cleveland on the power play. They have the puck in the Fort Wayne zone. Mikhailiuk. Komets just stand in the box, forcing Cleveland to do something with it. And it's going to be picked off by Chin, and he will send it the length of the rink. And Rob Dobson will leave it there for his defenseman to pick up. David Quinn. Quinn with the puck at center ice, winds up, shoots one into the corner, goes all the way around to the far boards. It'll be kept in by Gauthier. Gauthier over to Nelson. And is poked back out to center ice by the Komets. And here goes Chin on a breakaway. Chin goes in.
Score! A great assist by Dave Smith. Playing very heads-up hockey at center ice. Just falling down the ice, stretching out, knocking up the Collins Jim, picks up just before he gets over the blue line, and lets her go.
Take a breath, Randy. Take a breath.
What a great goal. Short-handed, no doubt.
Colin Chin, short-handed goal. Makes it 1-0 Komets.
I didn't think, Tim, that Dave Smith was going to get a hold of it. Boy, when he stretched that 6-foot frame of his out with that stick extended and knocked up the chin, what a great goal.
What a way to start the game. Short-handed goal by the Komets. They will have 1:05 left to kill on the penalty. Here comes Cleveland into the zone. They'll shoot, and a wide one over to the near boards, Paul Laus. And it's in behind the Fort Wayne net around the far boards. And here comes Paul Willett. Komets still shorthanded, but they're putting the action on here, Randy. You think they're on the power play?
You would think so.
Finally, Cleveland gets control. Jamie Leach. Leach will fire it into the Fort Wayne corner. Reddick holds it up behind the net, then
Good job.
There goes Boyce. He's got to beat Laus. He gets around him. Boyce goes in. Whoa, backhander just wide right through the crease again. Another shot almost in.
We got a hooking on now.
And the Komets putting on the
all
pressure.
right.
They are really putting the pressure on Cleveland shorthanded.
Not only did Ian Boyce have an opportunity to score there, Tim, but so did Peter Hankinson on the rebound, but just went shy.
And Paul Laus comes up with a hook penalty. So the Komets in 17 seconds will have a power play advantage for a 1:43.
Joel Savage in there, Tim. You can bet there's going to be some rough housing in front of the net.
Face-off is in the Cleveland zone to the right of Rob Dobson, taken by the Komets. It's going to go to Cleveland, though, and it's going to be Al Tour. And here goes Ganscher on a breakaway, and a great save by Reddick, and no penalty call. Big save by Reddick. Smart takes a shot wide of the Fort Wayne net. Chin has the puck for the Komets. Both sides, let's see, we got Komets have power play time now. Laus in the box for hooking. And it goes back to Travis Thiessen. Will be kept in the zone. The Komets, Joel Savage to Chin. He's got Gruhl waiting. Oh! Jean-Marc has the puck. Over to Scott Gruhl. 1:20 left in the Komet power play. Jean-Marc over to Bob J. He takes a shot, goes deflecting to the left of the net. Scott Gruhl behind the net. Gruhl. Out to Colin Chin. Colin Chin. Out to the deep slot. Richard a drive, and the save made by Dobson. A rebound off to the right side of the net. Around behind to Scott Gruhl behind the net. Scotty looking around. Savage right out in front. Richard a shot deflects off of Jason Smart and picked up by Ganshar, and he gets it down to the Fort Wayne zone. And Bob J. chases after it. 46 seconds left. Komet power play time. 1-0 the score on a shorthanded goal by Colin Chin, assisted by Dave Smith early on the game. Here goes Willett. Willett over to Kelly Hurd. Kelly Hurd, he takes a shot. Dobson, save rebound. Oh, what an opportunity. Chibriev couldn't get the rebound and tuck it in.
He bounced a little bit too much there, Tim, but what an opportunity, and he was there. That's all that matters. It'll come for him.
Right in on goal. Pokey makes a stop and leaves it off. Willett takes a body check from Gauthier, and Jean-Marc will have to sling it out. Look out. Choked it up in the zone. Mikhailic takes a shot, and about a foot wide of the far post. We coughed that up there, Randy. And off to the side of the Fort Wayne net, going to be carried out by Chibriev to Kelly Hurd. Both sides equal strength, intercepted by Gauthier. Duberman fires it right back into the Fort Wayne zone, and Grant Richardson will take it. Both sides equal strength. Bob Wilkie over to Ian Boyce. Lead pass.
No, it went off his stick.
Just a little bit too far, and it's going to be an icing against the Fort Wayne Komets with 14:05 left in the first period.
Well, I thought for sure that went off of Ian Boyce's stick into the zone, but apparently Mallon didn't think so. Finding a few of their passes, Tim, really some fancy passes, and but not all of them connecting right now, and still early. Less than 5 minutes going into the first period.
Face-off is in the Fort Wayne zone to the left of Pokey Reddick. Taking the draw for the Komets, Colin Chin. And for Cleveland, Ed Patterson. Patterson was scratched the other night. This is his first ice time. Steve Fletcher not dressed, probably because Mark Major isn't dressed tonight, huh?
I would assume so. That
you could tell by the moan of the crowd when they announced that Steve was a cross-off. People weren't happy with that.
I think you could tell by the moan from me.
Me included. But we're not the coach.
Yeah, and we're not without what's out there. Got the team going 1-0 right now.
So what do we know, huh?
That's right.
Face-off in the Fort Wayne zone taken by the Komets' Bobby J. Over to Grant Richardson. He's at center ice. He will fire it into the Cleveland corner off the glass. Thiessen backhands it around, and now what, we're going to have another icing call here. Gruhl and Patterson looking at each other.
Well, it's early for her tonight, Tim.
And the face-off taken in the Fort Wayne zone by Bob J. Behind his net, he gets it around the boards. It comes out to the line, but not out of the zone. So Grant Richardson will grab it for the Komets. He comes up the near side, and he's held on to.
Right in front of the referee.
Dumped down into the Lumberjack zone. Around the boards played by Dobson. Randy, I do believe the name on that referee's jersey is Lego. I thought that was a child's game or something.
That's what I thought too.
Ego Lego, the referee tonight. Never seen him before. Oh, a lead pass to Kelly Hurd just missed. He takes Smith into the boards. Hurd behind the net. Al Tour with a puck. He's being checked by Willett. Chibriev into the corner, and it's whistled down for a face-off in the Cleveland zone. 1-0 Komets in the lead.
Well, it's been up and down, Tim. 4-3. Komets got the edge on shots. Still 1-0. I don't think anyone's really been dominating. We've had a couple good breaks. Igor just about had one there. He just bounced a little bit too much for him. Had almost all the net there to shoot at.
Sometimes I guess you see that wide open net and you go, whoa, whoa, let me have it.
Yeah. And the puck starts to bounce.
There goes Richard. He takes a shot, and Dobson looking pretty sharp tonight, as he did the other night.
Caught that one in the breadbasket. A lot of people in front of the net to get the rebound, but Dobson was smart and held on to it.
Former Peoria Rivermen goalie Curtis Joseph playing for the St. Louis Blues today on the televised game by ABC. They did an excellent game on ABC, by the way, and I'll tell you why. They had the ESPN crew working it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Mike Emmerich, right from down around the Huntington area, was the play-by-play announcer. Schoenfeld on color, and Tom Mees and the rest of the ESPN crew. Of course, ABC and ESPN, one and the same.
And for people who don't know that Mike Emmerich is from
LaFontaine.
LaFontaine, that's far.
Look out, Komets have it right in front of the net, and they clear it to the sideboards. Lucic
nice
takes
hit
this
by
man
Lucic.
in.
Nice pinch.
Right out front. Oh, a point-blank save by Reddick on Smith. Cleveland buzzing the net. Gancher right out in front. It comes up to Chibriev, and
nice
he just
move.
leaves it off. It's going to be kept in. Komets are in trouble here. Look out. Lays right there. Whoa, the rebound.
Oh, whistle blow. A little too quick.
Blew it down. I thought he'd let that go a while. But he didn't. Lego let us have a break there. Boy. Yeah, Mike Emmerich used to play at the same golf course I played at, down around Etna Acres.
Well, I guess when he was a high school student, he used to come up to the Comet games, sit in the top row underneath the press box, right underneath his radio idol, Bob Chase, and do the games with his own little tape recorder.
That's right.
So, kids, there's a possibility somewhere. But I'll tell you, you got to be in the right place at the right time. Mike Emmerich, if you ever seen him, he's about 5'0" and
very short, very diminutive fellow, yes.
But very, very knowledgeable, and
he does an excellent job, I think.
He speaks well.
Face off in the Fort Wayne zone, taken by Peter Hankinson. He's got Boyce on a pass. Here goes in, trying to get through the defense. He does. He tries to get the shot off and does, but it goes wide of the net. Got the A. Up to Duberman, intercepted Komets at the Cleveland line, dumped back in. Dobson, hey, delay a game. Let's see if he calls it Lego.
Nope, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
He shot it out.
Amazing.
It didn't touch the glass, and if it doesn't touch the glass, it's delay a game.
I thought he was calling for the face-off right down there, but sure enough, Tim, he called that one.
2-minute delay a game to the goaltender, Rob Dobson, for shooting the puck out of the playing surface. Duberman will serve the time for Rob Dobson.
I'll tell you, if any time now is the time, Tim, to get a goal here. In the Cleveland end, and with a penalty going, and control that puck.
Jay Richardson, Chin, Savage, and Gruhl, the power play unit for the Komets. Gruhl with the puck. Winds up, and Savage was taken down right in front of the net.
You see the Cleveland player get out of the way when Gruhl took the wind up?
Yes. No dummy. Up to Scott Gruhl. He's got Savage, and over to Chin. Back to Jay. He whipped it. Oh, what a shot from Savage. And
I think we got the whistle first.
The whistle came first.
Is Mark's quick to show.
The whistle came first, unlike the other night when the Komets had a goal scored on them, which I think the whistle came first too. But they...
unlike the chicken and the egg, the whistle did come
They
first.
ruled it off here, but this is going to be ruled no goal. That was, the whistle clearly blew before the puck went into the net.
Scotty Gruhl really blasted there too in the slot. And that's all right, Tim. We got the face-off zone.
That was the correct call, folks, like it or not.
Joel Savage really, that last play, Tim, really got blasted from that crowd calling for a cross-check or some type of infraction. Savage laying flat on his face.
Face-off is in the Cleveland zone. Goes back to the point, Bobby J. Whoa, Chin, score! Rebound off the board.
Could that be two?
Yeah. Hey, that's just a carbon copy of Richardson's shot and Kelly Hurd's goal Friday night, Randy. Well, did he still get dinner at Hartley's now that he's got 2 goals?
I think so.
2-0 Komets on Colin Chin's second goal. And he had the whole net. Boy, he didn't miss it. So the delay of game penalty to Rob Dobson.
Very costly.
Pays the price for it. Chin gets the goal, puts it in the open net on the rebound. Here comes Priestley into the Fort Wayne line. Look out.
Big
Bob
rebound.
J gets an assist on that goal. So Bob J's the one that shot it from out at the point. It hit the end boards. Chin grabbed it in and put it in the open net. Whoa, just missed Scott Gruhl with the lead pass.
A 2-line pass anyway.
And that's going to be whistled down. Offside pass. 2 power play goals for the Fort Wayne Komets. Or, I'm sorry, 1 shorthanded goal, 1 power play goal. Even strength. Everything's even. So the special team's clicking tonight.
Well, Colin Chin, excellent hockey player. Gordie Howe had a lot of faith in him when Colin was about 7 years old, asked him to stay up there and play hockey for a winter. Gordie really saw some talent back then.
And Gordie should know. Gordie knows.
Yep, and a man still played professional hockey when he's 51 years old.
Probably could have played longer. Face off in the Fort Wayne zone, comes out to center ice. Back into the Fort Wayne zone. Steve Wilson backhands it, but not out. In front of the net to Kelly Hurd. It'll be kept in by Al Tour. Tour looks around, feeds it around the glass into the corner. Smith checks his man hard. Look out. Right at Smith.
You gotta shoot the puck there.
Smith took a shot and had nothing but air. Nice pass to Chibriev. Chibriev leaves it over to Kelly Hurd. They got Smith out in front of the net. Igor, back out, shot, and it's wide. Right up the side of the net.
Did you see that one-handed? Igor in the corner being heavily pursued there by Al Tour. Still got a halfway decent shot of the net. That's something like Scotty Gruhl could have scored on. I was going to say Al Sims could have scored on. Maybe Al could have too. But Scotty Gruhl always known for taking a shot at any spot on the ice.
So happy birthday to Al Sims today.
It's a good way to start it out.
Komets will have the face-off in the Cleveland zone to the right of Rob Dobson. 10-17 left, period number 1. 2-0 to score in favor of the Komets on a shorthanded and a power play goal. Quinn down into the Fort Wayne zone. Bob J will get it off the boards over to Hankinson. Over to Boyce. Here goes Ian, takes a shot, high and wide of the net. Whenever you see Boyce and Hankinson or hear their names, you know Mikhailuk and Ganscher and Gauthier are on the ice. Dropped off to Mikhailuk. Mikhailuk loses control of the puck, and it's going to be fed back out center ice to Davidson. Gauthier interfering there, but nothing called. Back on the defense, Bob J. Backhands it, can't get it out of the zone. Duberman with the puck. Right out in front is Gruhl waiting for it. He feeds it over to Lee Davidson. To Hankinson over to right wing, Scott Gruhl. He takes a check there. And Gauthier comes up with the puck for the Cleveland Lumberjacks.
Quinn placed a body check on Scotty. Scotty bounced off him and punched him in the nose at the same time.
Here we go. Jean-Marc clears it down into the Lumberjacks zone. Savage forechecking. The guy brings it right out into the crease. And here comes Leach. Leach will dump it into the corner. Reddick will steer it over to the sideboards. Leach with a rebound around behind the net. Patterson right out front, and a rebound score, Cleveland. Rebound came right out to him, Randy, and he was there to put it right in.
Shooting Cleveland had no choice but to shoot it again. Maybe you saw Eddie Belfort today take that shot from the side and directed it right straight out front and went all the way out to the blue line. And the goaltender can, depending on the angle of the stick, create which way the rebound's going to go. Sometimes straight back, the guy just shot it, or try to direct it back in the corner. Depends how much time he's got to set up on it. It's a tough one.
So we've got 8:47 left in the first period. And it's 2-1 Komets in the lead. Comes back out to Wilson. Look out. Here goes Priestley on a breakaway. And a score. And by golly, we're tied up right now. And the Cleveland bench is up and excited. That's going to give them a lot of gas, Randy. 2-2 the score.
Well, it seems like they caught us with the defenseman in deep and one man back. And
Wilson did his best to haul him down, but couldn't get the job done.
Well, he actually needed to trip him up. It would have been I would say it would have been a penalty shot for sure, but well, it's 2-2.
2-2, brand new hockey game. We're all even again. Priestley gets the goal. 2-2, 8:32 left. Back to square one. Dumped into the Fort Wayne zone, and Bob Wilkie will go after it. Pass missed everybody and goes down the ice. No icing on the play, waved off. Savage checks his man, Beeson, right into the net. Smith up to Black, back into the Fort Wayne zone. On goal, Reddick will knock it down. And tipped back to the Cleveland line. Off the boards. Taken by Wilkie. And another giveaway.
Throwing the puck.
Look out. Gruhl comes up with it behind the net. Chipped out of the zone by Chinner. Ganscher backhands it into the Fort Wayne zone. 7:40 left, period 1. 2-2 the score on 2 quick goals by the Lumberjacks. See how the Komets react. But the Cleveland bench definitely came to life. All the way up to Mikhailuk. Here goes Gauthier into the zone, offsides at the Fort Wayne line with 7:22 left. 2-2 to score.
I'd say a couple little mistakes out there by the Komets. Cleveland was able to capitalize on them.
And Amstead, sensing that the momentum has shifted, is trying to get the fans fired up with the jungle song.
It just doesn't have the same effect without Steve Fletcher out there, though. To me, anyway.
Yeah. Face-off goes to Lusick, to Jean-Marc, down into the Cleveland zone. Off the boards and up into the air. Boyce gets the bouncing puck back onto Todd Nelson's stick. He checks Nelson into the boards. Here comes Gauthier. Davidson gets his stick on it. And Lee Davidson dumps it back in. Dobson leaves it there for Quinn. Quinn up the ice, intercepted by Lusick. Can't get it over to Boyce. Right off the side of the net, into the corner it goes. Hankinson. Down goes Davidson.
Whoa.
Around behind the net, Boyce getting off the ice. And Chibriev comes out.
Offside.
Oh, that should have been an offside. Gauthier lifted his skate up right there at the line. They missed that one. Dumped into the Cleveland zone. Back for Brian Fogarty. Oh, intercepted by Chibriev off a Willett skate. And taken out of the zone by Jamie Leach. Leach over to Fogarty, and it's a shot on goal. Reddick right there. He had good position, Randy. He didn't have to move at all. Here comes Paul Willett. Bumped off the puck and going after his louse. Nice interception by Chibriev. It's dumped all the way back down the ice. Here goes Ed Patterson. He takes a long shot, and the rebound comes out to Bob Wilkie. All the way back on the Cleveland defense to Louse. Met his girlfriend here in the stands just before the game started too, Randy.
Is that right?
Yeah. Here comes Scott Gruhl. Backhanded into the Cleveland zone. And Gruhl puts the hit on Leach. Right in front of the net. And going down is Gruhl.
No call. Leach got him back.
Block trying to break through. Reddick gets the... Oh, brother. Richardson comes up with a puck that rebounded towards the Comet net. Here goes Joel Savage. Can't get the puck on his stick. Smith up against the boards for Cleveland. We got 5 minutes, 5 seconds left in period one. We're all tied at 2-2. And icing against the Lumberjacks.
I'll be back.
Okay. Randy?
There goes Mr. Markham. Always a pleasure to step in for him. Boy, sure was a quiet silencer there, that second goal. Priestley with a nice shot over Pokey's shoulder.
Did you see the Cleveland bench react?
Absolutely. And I had talked to the guy that does the head play-by-play guy on radio for Cleveland, and don't know the fellow's name, but he said that Phil was real hard on the team after the last game, Friday night's game. In fact, he was hard on him so much that he was banging some heads around and knocking some people and telling them this better be done the other way. So he was hoping, of course, they carried over tonight's game, and they didn't look too hot right off the shoot.
No.
Things have changed. Offside. Boy, the fans hated that one.
Well, that's
we just missed an awesome offside right down here going the other way.
Gauthier lifted his skate right up. And
let it go through.
Yeah. So the commissioner's son called that one an offside. Lego, the referee tonight.
Yep. Snap together.
Your kids got a Lego set?
Yeah, they do. In fact, you start with Duplo, which is for the little kids. They're big ones, and they snap together, and you graduate to Lego. For all you parents-to-be that want to know that.
And the next step is IHL referee.
Absolutely. It's progression.
All right, 4:52 left. Period one, 2-2 the score. We'll see how the Komets react to those two quick goals. Whoa, and that's kind of a cheap shot there from Thiessen, but it's going to go uncalled.
Bobby stayed right with it. Boy, he went head first. That's why you wear a helmet.
He's going to look at Patterson, I believe. And nothing's going to come of that.
Nothing but discussion. Well, they're announcing the tickets are on sale for the next game of this series, if it's a home one here, or if
next Sunday night,
or if it's the first round of the next series. That will be later on in the week to follow then.
Yeah, if it goes 5 games, the 5th game will be here at the Coliseum this coming Sunday.
Or the Komets could wrap it right up over there in that wonderful city, Cleveland, Ohio.
If we beat them tonight.
Good point.
And it goes all the way down into the Fort Wayne zone. No icing, and Reddick will hang on
well, I
to
tell
it.
you, they have really peeled that apart. They did not play that style of game on Friday night at all. So if you watch the game Sunday on replay there on Channel 10, you notice that...
Well, I watched as much of it as I could until for some reason it went off the air.
Yeah. We do what we can, as Pat says. We can only do so much. We do the game, we tape it, we give it to them, and we're at the mercy of the equipment at that point.
Because nobody is there at Channel 10 during a game Sunday, so nobody to fix the technical glitches that go on.
But what you'll notice by the Cleveland Lumberjacks are getting right down into it. They're breaking, they're running away, they're almost cherry picking, as people like to yell at Gruhl. But it's those kind of things that...
Me included.
Exactly. It's those kind of things that get goals, and Priestley was available to get a goal, and Pokey was on top of it for another breakaway.
Hey, Komets break out, 3-on-2. It's an onside play. Davidson tries a centering pass. It's going to be picked off by Gauthier. Look out, Mikhailuk, bouncing puck along the boards. He centers it, and Duberman couldn't get to it. He's taken into the boards. It's not cleared out, though.
Skate.
Around behind the Fort Wayne net. Mikhailuk, look out. Boy, oh
nice
boy.
play, Jean-Marc. Good job,
and
Pokey.
Reddick takes things into charge. He just ices it down the length of the rink himself. 3:57 left in the first period. 2-2 the score. And here comes Elvis already.
Well, Amstutz is trying anything to fire this crowd up.
But Elvis is at the bathroom, I think. Elvis has left the building.
Should have had the old
guy out with the rest
in
peace thing. You seen that guy last night on the game?
Yeah. Should have had him come down. I don't know. A dead guy probably can't dance.
I don't think he can walk that fast. His blood pressure's going to be awfully low.
Upper section 1 there, fans. You see some open seats here. Second game of the IHL playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, as you pan the audience there, you can see quite a few open seats. Let's come on out and show that support. It reminds me of October, looking at some of these open seats here.
Well, I can't believe that we're not having a standing room only out here tonight. I just can't understand why they're not out here.
Maybe they got fried for being in the sun at the Wizards open house today.
Willett with the puck out at center ice. 3:45 left in period 1. 2-2 the score. Back Bob Wilkie in the corner. Wilkie passes over to Smith. Back over to Kelly Hurd. He's got Willett. Here goes Willett on a summit break. And a save by Dobson. The rebound is
they're dishing
tipped
3
up
shots
to the side, and the Komets
they dished 3 shots
down
at him immediately.
And now we got Smith and Fogarty. Louse goes in. Shame on you, Mr.
My
Louse.
guess is Lego is going to give them at least a pair to both of them for pushing each other around. 3:25 left in the period. Says they're probably having words right now. Either he's going to let him have the face-off and we'll skate away. No call. Flexible officiating here.
Yeah.
Adam would have had them both gone to the box already, as you remember from Friday night's game.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, the fans want a penalty. If you keep asking for it, you're going to get them both in there. We'll miss them.
Who you got coming up for your interview between first and second?
Steve Lance. Steve sits down in lower section 3. Actually, lower section 2. He's right on the aisle there. He's been a Komet fan for quite a while. Lived in Wisconsin for a while. Used to watch the Admirals play when he was in the younger days.
We won't hold that against him.
No, we won't.
Face-off taken into Fort Wayne zone. Wilkie flips it in on goal. Dobson has it knocked off his catching glove, and the rebound would be taken by the Lumberjacks. And going back for it, Joel Savage drops it back. Chinner tries to knock it into the zone. It hit Paul Louse.
Oh, Savage wanted all of that.
Savage came in on Leach. Look at Leach now.
Look at him.
2-on-1 down here.
They both want him. Look at, and Joel holds his own and doesn't. Look at that. Smart play by Savage.
Yeah.
Let him drop his gloves.
We ought to get the extra call on this one. They were both in on Joel Savage on that.
Well, Louse wanted something from it, and Savage threatened him, and Louse dropped the glove, and nothing happened from it. And Amstutz plays a chicken song.
Interesting to see how the calls go here.
Well, I wonder what they're going to give to Savage, who's still got both gloves on.
Yeah.
Okay, Barry, point your finger. Everybody will run away from you.
Let's see who's going to go to the box.
He did have a heck of a head of steam when he met up with Lawson center ice there. I don't see the door to the... Well, they're just getting ready to open the door. Yeah, they're going to send Savage.
This should not be a 2-2 situation.
Yeah, it should be a 5-2, if anything. 3 minutes left in the period, and Savage is going to go to the opt for the locker room, down the chute.
So the referee, Mr. Lego, giving the information to the PA announcer. We'll receive it momentarily.
Ian Boyce took a heck of a hit 2 minutes ago in the period there. Took a hit right in the corner and went down the chute and laid down for a second there, lifting his legs up and down. I don't know if it was a lower back injury, but took a hard hit. Came back, he's on the bench. Hasn't skated since then, though. Just slid up and down the bench. So, of course, Lego, what he's doing now, fans, is asking Malin and Ferry, what'd you see? What'd you see?
And if they're typical, they'll say, well, I'm blind. I can't see anything. What am I doing out here? No. Just kidding, folks. They will have a conference, and they can advise the ref.
Well, they can always
as to what
confer
they
with
saw.
their seeing eye dog, too.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what's called. There's your fan in the stand from last week there, Mark, giving a what 2 for him. So he's explaining it now to the team captains, Colin Shin and Ganscher. 3 minutes left in period 1, and it's 2-2 on the scoreboard. And here's the penalty calls right now. Laos gets 5 fight and a game misconduct.
Of course, that brings to...
Hey, how about that?
I tell you what, Bob Chase throws his arms up in the air in disbelief over that one. I can see him at the top of the arena there.
Jeez.
Bob was real upset there. Okay, fans.
Where did misconduct come from?
He must have said something. The only thing he could have done to elicit that was something he said, which doesn't surprise me. Those things happen. There's Chaser and
Terry
Irons.
Puritan and Irons and Chasey.
Yeah.
And what'll happen here, folks, on the 5-minute penalty, Komets will have a 3-minute power play.
Two
once
young
we
ladies
get all
down here waving their glasses for the referees to pick up.
Komets will have a 3-minute power play after Joel Savage's 2 minutes expires.
With 3 minutes left in the period. Well, we hope something good could come from that. Smith comes over the boards and is going to take the time. Smith will do the time for the 2 minutes covering for Savage, who's in the locker room.
Well,
the way the rule book reads is it's something that's said or with an intent to injure, and the majority of the time we all know
if he said something bad, maybe it was intent to injure his feelings, huh?
Could have both gone that way, exactly.
Oh, right in front of the net,
job,
Davidson has it. Out comes Hankinson. Hankinson at center ice.
Bobby J moving up.
Goes into the left wing side. He tries to get by his man, can't do it, and Gauthier will come up with a puck. 2:35 left in period 1, 2-2 the score. Then they made it on sides that time.
Awful close.
Wide of the Fort Wayne net into the corner. 4-on-4 skating here, folks. Beer time, huh?
Absolutely.
Whoa, and Davidson
right
down.
Not beer time yet. There's 2:17 left in the period.
Here we go up to Mikhailuk along the boards. Gauthier with the puck in the Fort Wayne zone. And Hankinson over to Lucic. Hankinson had his stick being held there.
Yeah, he did. There's been a lot of that clutching and grabbing going on. High stick.
Oh, Willett breaks in. Whoa! And Dobson had no idea where it was. He turned around and looked in the net.
We're calling a penalty. Slash.
All right.
Slashed him. Well, I got to tell you, fans, looking at the way these guys are skating around and the words that are being spoken, something's going to come up.
Travis Thiessen will get the slash call.
Yep.
Slam that door, yeah, that's the way. So wait a minute.
He's done.
He's out?
They're giving him more than that. He said something. I think he slapped him that extra 10.
As Thiessen leaves the ice, we'll see if he gets a 10 or what. Misconduct's being handed out like free tickets tonight. He must have said something to the referee. The misconducts are flying tonight.
Absolutely. It's something he said to the official that got him off the ice. Now, fans, you notice Mikhailuk was right down there on top of Lego talking to him. No C, no A on his jersey. The fans behind him in lower 27 were going crazy, telling Lego to back off because really, technically, he cannot be talking to the official without having a C or an A on his jersey, especially going nose-to-nose with him like that. You know, Mikhailuk, yes, being one of the key players in their team, but without a C or an A on your jersey, can't do that.
That's right.
Gancher having a few words. Being
That's
captain,
nothing
he
new.
can do that, yeah.
We've got 1:52 left in period 1, 2-2 the score.
Chinner's out there at the blue line with Jean-Marc talking over what their plan of attack is.
Joel Savage has 22 seconds left, or 52 seconds left in his penalty, and then the Komets will have a two-man advantage.
And so Barry, the linesman, over to talk with Phil Russell. I think they're looking for, yeah, they were looking for someone in the box.
Somebody to go into the box.
Yeah. Fans didn't get a chance to see that, but one of the players, I didn't catch which one it was, stood up to say something to Russell. Russell told him to shut up and sit down. I can lip read that. Nice aside that you didn't get to see.
We're ready for the face-off at the top of the face-off circle in the Cleveland zone. 1:52, 2-2 the score. Chin takes the draw. Back to Richard, over to Gruhl.
Oh, come on, Scott.
And I can't see what's going on until these people sit down. Okay, finally, Gruhl has it over to Wilkie. Wilkie draws his man back. Over to Richard, back to Gruhl. Gruhl feeds it right off the side. And scores! Chin hat trick!
Is he happy? Look at that. Yes. A natural.
And here comes the hat. Yes, the natural hat trick. And that lousy Markham stole his own pen from me. The hat trick for Colin Chin. The natural hat trick, as Mark Gavart pointed out. You want to explain what the natural is? Maybe they don't know what means natural. Huh?
Natural hat trick is something he does naturally, or every player would like to. 3 goals in a row is a natural hat trick. You can get a hat trick in a game, score 1 each period.
Yeah.
Of course, it could be natural if you're the only goal scorer in the entire game.
Yeah.
Got 3 of them in a row. A few hats hitting the ice. A few Comet fans are going to have to stop by somewhere later and try and pick their hats up. It's always dangerous to wear your hat. And if you get a chance, fans, the twister is down in front of 23. He's running around the rink.
Michelle.
Yeah. The twister is going around. He's over at 21 and 19 over there.
That's going to take a while.
It's going to take a while. We'll get back to that because it'll still take us 5 minutes to get there.
He should be around about the time the second period is over.
All those fans will get in his way. Look, he's dead jog.
Here it comes Nelson into the Fort Wayne zone.
And
unfortunately, that took the 2-minute penalty off. We'll still have a 3-minute power play when Savage times expires. Davidson with a chance. Oh, the net comes off the moorings, and that will stop the play. Has he made it yet? Where's he at?
Well, he's actually coming this way. He's been slowed up. He's went from a jog down to a dead run. He's right here in front of us.
There we go.
Matt, nice shot.
Hey, he's slowing down.
No longer a run. It's a walk now. He's got the hands up. He's slapping 5 to whoever will meet him. Gotta love it. They're running out of gas. Fill them up with premium next time. Congratulations to Colin Chin. Nice job. So he picked that puck up. He dished it. He was looking for the sky. Got the upper part of the net there and set the water bottle for a bounce. He really wanted all that.
And he got it.
So there's something you can practice at home, kids. Get that hockey ball out that net and start scooting for the top of the net.
And if you happen to break Mom's lamp, don't worry about it. She'll just
take it outside. Just take it outside, kids.
Komets have a 2-minute, 53-second power play because Paul Louse was called for 5 minutes fighting, and Savage wisely did not retaliate on that.
Although he had some English that they didn't care for the use of.
Here comes Willett. He's checked by Tour. Cleveland to Leach. Blue all the way down to the Fort Wayne zone. 30 seconds left in period 1, and Steve Lantz will be Mark Gavart's fan from the stand interview. Here we go. Bob Wilkie Cross ice to Chibriev. Chibriev, whoa, oh my goodness!
He got it through.
He got it through there, and I thought he had lost control of it.
I tell you what, and those guys, as small as he is, they could take him out. 11 seconds left in the period. Yet they just let him, they're dazzled by his puck work.
Yeah, I think they're mesmerized.
Yeah.
And that's 3 seconds left in the period. That's going to do it as the puck goes back to the Fort Wayne line.
Great period, fans.
Yes, Colin Chin's natural hat trick as the Komets in a 3-2 lead at the end of the first period. Komets have 2 minutes, 1 second left on the power play. Shots on goal, 16 for the Komets, 12 for the Lumberjacks. We'll be back with the Fan from the Stand interview with Mark Gavart and Steve Lance. This is Channel 10, and you're watching Fort Wayne Komet Turner Cup Hockey.
Hey, Komet fans, welcome to the Fan in the Stand interview. Tonight, Steve Lance is joining me. Steve, sitting in lower section 2, right? Yeah. Steve's a ticket holder, am I right?
Correct.
Sitting right on the aisle down there, so if you're looking for him, fans, he's just about right above the glass there, right?
I like looking just over the glass. I don't like looking through the glass, so that's why I sat there.
Catch any pucks this year yet?
One earlier in the season, yeah.
Oh, good. And haven't caught it, actually caught it with your hand, didn't have to wear it and get hit with it.
No, I keep my eyes open sitting there.
But Steve came up to me and talked to me and asked to be a fan of the Stand. Steve's a postal worker, and if I wanted to get stamps and I'm driving around the Glenbrook Mall area, where would I go?
Well, if you know where the information booth is, it's just to the west of that. There's a hallway that goes down right around the corner from the mall offices, if you know where those are at.
Okay, yeah, I do.
Or right across the hall from the clinic.
There you go. So, fans, if you're looking for some stamps, come and see him, all right?
Well, thank you.
Well, let's talk hockey. Get out of that business.
Good.
Let's talk hockey. Give me an idea what you thought about that first period.
Well, I thought it was exciting. I think we had a little bit of a collapse there. I'd like to see some officiating in the next period. The incident with Joel Savage, I noticed Friday night, Muskegon was really hitting on him a lot, really pushing him. I think he's been hot going into the playoffs, and they're trying to hold him down a bit. I think they've really overstepped the bounds so much tonight.
Well, and if you saw what brought that about, he took a big loop around through our end at the top of the circles and then came across center ice with a dead run at somebody to hit him, and I didn't catch the number of who he was going after.
No.
I mean, he had the intent of hitting someone, which, hey, if a guy's got his head down, he deserves to be hit like that. And so, of course, two players came right at him and they wanted to tell him something different. You can't do that. Can't come at one of our guys. Didn't see the gloves drop, yet we still get him a 10-minute penalty.
Well, the angle I was sitting at, he was down covered, and he was being held by the neck. Okay, now I didn't see him at all try to fight, so I think
he apparently made a comment that the official, that the referee disagreed with. You know, Lego apparently didn't like what he heard and gave him the 10.
Lego's already proven that fact by ejecting 2 other guys out for some kind of language use too. So
he's making it clear right off, I guess, that he's not going to take. You know, you can hook and you can trip and hold, but don't swear.
Well, now, what were your thoughts then if we're talking officiating? Let's talk about Friday's game.
Okay, Friday's game.
Wide open question.
Well, I didn't think it could get any worse until tonight. So.
And you know, you'd commented too, it was some lax area. I think the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes of the period were just awesome hockey, and we needed that, but that middle part of the period, the Komets just kind of let it fall back on their heels.
They slowed back. Yeah, I think they collapsed. Defense is the key in this game. I think we're fortunate to have him Pokey. Pokey's a good goalie.
Yeah, he is again tonight.
And at times, it's really a good thing we have him because at times they're getting shots that they really shouldn't be getting.
Yeah, exactly. And I watched him earlier, too. I mean, he's making key saves. When Priestley had that breakaway, too, I mean, he came out as far as the goalie can come out, and it was just him and Priestley coming down, and Priestley took the right shot and got it over his shoulder.
I remember a save he made Friday night, too, was great, where he was down and had to cross the net and reach out with
the arm out. Exactly. And
you know,
even from where you're sitting, you can see that because that was down here at this end down here. Exactly right.
It was a good save. Pokey, when he's on his game, he's really hot.
A great win-loss record for the season. Great goals against average right now. What do you think might be for the future for him?
I'd like to see him move back up into the NHL. I'd like to see anybody from this league go up. You know, it's nice to watch them or follow them and see how they're doing.
Exactly.
Pokey, I think, was in a tough situation up there behind Grant Fuhr.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're going to have to be... you know, except better than Grant Fuhr to get ahead of him, and at that time...
Grant was just tighter than heck. You couldn't score anything on him, and of course they were Stanley Cup champions with 3 years in a row. They're 2 years in a row, and that was just tough to try and break that. Yeah.
So I'd like to see him get noticed and taken back up. I think, unfortunately, though, the NHL is showing a trend of just looking at younger players. You know,
in fact they are. They're going to major junior hockey, stuff like that.
Rick Knickel should have been up there a long time ago, too.
Sure. In fact, the Hockey News article had like 9 or 10 or 11 teams named before he finally got to where he is now, which it seems like, why is a guy, he's just a journeyman, but he's not getting any respect like that.
Right, I agrage.
Well, let me ask you, I know you spent some time a few years back, spent quite a few years in the Milwaukee area and saw a lot of Admiral games. Let's talk about a little bit about that.
Okay, I was going to Admiral games back when they were in the United States Hockey League, prior to entering the IHL. I guess I don't know what kind of, that league's no longer in existence.
Right, yeah.
You know, and it was probably Colonial League or even a notch below that, I would say.
Yeah. What, that was early 70s?
Early 70s, Phil Whitliff, who was Milwaukee's GM, was on the team at the time. Yeah, he was the team's leading scorer and possibly even the league at one point there. He was pretty good.
Well, have you
it was exciting.
Have you had a chance to go back at all in that time? Okay.
No, I've talked to some people from Milwaukee when they've come here for games. But I haven't made the trip back to see Bradley Center.
Although Bradley Center is an awesome place.
I've heard that it is. Well, I saw one of the exhibition games, or
NHL.
One of the NHL games was their neutral site game was there this year, and I watched part of it just to see what Bradley Center looked like, because I don't know if you've ever seen Wilson Park Arena.
Yes. Oh, I've skated there as a kid.
Okay. You know, it's an enlarged McMillan Park.
Exactly. I think it could hold like 2,500 maybe.
Something like that. Well, I know when Bradley was being built and the Admirals were in this league, they had to play a year in Wilson Park, and with sellout crowds, they still couldn't make a go of it financially, you know.
Shame,
But those were some interesting days in hockey. I didn't even realize Milwaukee had a hockey team until, they just didn't get the support.
And there wasn't really talk about it throughout the town.
I saw a billboard somewhere, and I thought, there's hockey here, because I live 18 miles north of Milwaukee. So I started going to the games, and then through where I worked, I met one of the players. And, got to know a bunch of them that well, did stats once in a while, things like that with them.
Well, so when you moved to Fort Wayne, did you jump right on the Comet bandwagon right away?
I grew up in Fort Wayne. Okay. So my parents were season ticket holders, so I've been coming for 41 years.
Right.
You know, and when I lived in Wisconsin, there was no problem being loyal to both teams because they were in different leagues at the time. So, then when I came back to Fort Wayne, other than about a 4 or 5 year stint of working nights,
we're unable to see them then.
Right. So just listening to them on the radio.
When you think about Comet teams from the past, what stands out in your mind as some real major players, some major teams?
Well, after watching Heroes and Fans, the other night with Eddie Long, I was talking, to my lady friend Teresa about it. Eddie Long was my hero.
Right.
The game that he went out, had the stitches in, came back where Patterson broke his ankle.
Right.
You know, our season tickets were down in section 50, and that happened right in front of us.
Yeah.
I remember Patterson had a compound fracture. You could see the bones sticking out. And Eddie Long came back out, and his head's all wrapped. You know, and he scores that goal, and I don't know. To me, Eddie Long's always been,
right.
You know, but that whole crew, I guess, because that's when I was at a very impressionable age. So,
well, and hockey's changed.
And everybody else.
Exactly. And hockey's changed quite a bit since that time. The skating abilities are still the same in a large respect, but shooting, goaltending, a lot of things changed from there. Well, goaltenders weren't wearing masks back then either, though.
No, I think the equipment too. I mean, aluminum sticks and better skates. Lighter equipment, you know,
right.
and a little bit different style of play, you know. I think more physical.
Oh, yeah. And the rink, of course, has changed. We're not having a cyclone fence around the outside. We actually have plexiglass.
That was actually fun sitting behind the cyclone fence because you could reach up and grab it and shake it. You know, when you got upset at an official.
Exactly.
The glass, so you can just beat on it.
Right, and you can't, your words aren't as freely spoken through that fence.
Well, I can remember players and fans getting into it through the fence, you know, yelling back and forth.
Poker stick through it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It was a little bit closer to the action, I think.
Well, I wish we were here back then doing some TV, or at least there was some TV getting done back then. We could have some tapes to show some of that old stuff.
Great, yeah. I think Channel 33 used to do Sunday games once in a while.
Yeah, right.
But I doubt if they'd have any kind of an archive on that.
We'll have to ask somebody in the Historical Society if they've got an archive tape or something like that, try and pull some of those old ones out.
Super.
Well, let me ask you, would like to say hello to anybody tonight?
Oh, yeah, I guess I'd like to say hello to my mother, my father, my daughter Brandy, and Teresa.
Who's down listening to us right now, too. Well, I appreciate you coming up here, Steve. It was a pleasure talking with you about hockey, too. A fan, if you see him in lower section 2, he's right down there low. Say hi to him. Tell him you saw him on Channel 10. Also, you can see him at the Glenbrook Mall selling you stamps, too. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks a lot.
Stick around, fans. There's 2 more exciting periods of hockey coming your way.
Can you pass Indiana's new driving test? Indiana's law enforcement is hitting the road looking for the drug-impaired driver. And they have a few new driving tests you'll have to pass. These officers have been trained in drug recognition.
We can detect impairment from the illegal use of drugs.
Pass Indiana's new driving test. Don't drive impaired.
Turn to find help for an elderly person you love. Call the Elder Care Locator at
1-800-677-1116. These students are learning about their hearts and how to keep themselves healthy. At the American Heart Association, lessons learned in the laboratory are now lessons for your children. You can help prevent heart disease. We can tell you how.
Back at Memorial Coliseum, ready for second period action between the Komets and the Lumberjacks. Cays lead it 3-2, and it's Linda Jackson. Get her.
Oh, yeah, thank God. Bad guy.
Linda Jackson update. Here she comes. All right.
I owe you a t-shirt.
How you doing, Linda? Yeah, pleased to meet you.
Uh-oh, Linda Jackson update. She's still married, yes.
Very married. Oh, yes.
Well, that made my day.
Well, I won't be able to shut Markham up for the rest of the night, folks.
Well, Mr. Jackson has a beautiful wife.
Yes, what was I saying? Oh, Colin Chin has got the natural hat trick and has the Komets in a 3-2 lead.
Can you believe I missed that one?
Yeah, you were down there getting the shoot-up lined up. Here we go, second period of action. K's in a 3-2 lead. Jean-Marc Richard dumps it down into the Cleveland zone. Chin keeps it in. It'll be played back out by Mikhailic. It goes back to the Fort Wayne zone. Gauthier hustles in there. He's being checked by Wilkie. Wilkie takes him into the boards, and he comes up with the puck. A lot of the talk in the hallway between periods, Randy, centered on Paul Louse and how brave he is without Fletcher or McDonald in there tonight. Here comes Gruhl to Dave Smith. Dave Smith back to Jean-Marc. He fires one in on goal, and the rebound is off the side of the net and is kept in by Jean-Marc. Nice heads-up play by Jean-Marc. Waited. Wilkie takes the shot. It's going to bounce off Smith.
Yeah! Did you see that? Dave Smith going across the crease, and the puck almost hit him in the chest, and he sort of looked down at it and then just took a big bat at it and put her away. He thought it was going to go by him, and just batted her away. So 5-2 lead?
4-2. Yeah, you're right, Randy. Your math is not that good.
Well, I've been downstairs the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And then Linda Jackson kind of got me off key there, so. Whew.
How about that? Dave Smith gets the goal. It's a power play goal. And Jean-Marc made a great play, Randy, when he almost passed the puck. It would have been intercepted, but he, the last second,
and then that's right,
held on to it and fished it off to Wilkie, and he set up Smith. And it went in the net for a 4-2 Komets lead.
I'm not sure how much of a setup that was, Tim, because it hit Smith in the chest. He looked down at it, was about ready to chew on it. And when Donnie sort of took a swipe at it just to, I think, just to take a chance. And sure enough, that...
Now that takes 2 minutes off of the major that Louse had for fighting. So he has 1:11 left. Well, that doesn't work out mathematically either. Figure that out. He had 2:01 left on the penalty. Well, there shouldn't be any time coming off of it.
No, because they're even.
I don't understand that. Somebody have to give me an explanation on that one. Because it was a major penalty, and Bob J. hooked around, and no call made by Mr. Lego.
I just found out from Tom Barry, Tim, that he is from Edmonton, Alberta. NHL trainee. You
were talking to Tom Barry?
Yes. I think he was kind of wondering why I wanted to know where he was from. That is what we kind of like to inform our Channel 10 viewers.
35 seconds left in the Komet power play. They lead this game 4-2. Dave Smith gets the fourth Komet goal. It was a power play goal. And here come the Komets. Igor to Willett. Fed through and over to the corner it goes. And Willett there to get it. Back to Grant Richardson. Grant drops it back off to Igor in the corner to Willett. Back to Igor. 8 seconds left in the Komet power play. Right to Willett. A bouncing puck. Can't get his stick on it. And Willett doing good here. Hey, Kelly Hurd's got it. He shoots a high one. Over to the sideboards. Both sides full strength. Over behind the net to Willett. Off the side. He can't get the pass made. Then it comes out to Sandy Smith. Here comes Smith. Drops it back. Oh, a bullet from Priestley, but it went wide and trickled up into the crowd down in lower section 6.
Yeah, Bobby J went down to block that shot, and he looks okay. There's Michelle down there.
Thanks for the plug, Jimmy.
Yeah, but let's just hope the Channel 10 can get the time on just right.
No longer with 101.7, you know.
Yes, I do. I think that's one of their big mistakes.
Thank you very much, Jim Amstutz, and everybody else that just applauded. Fired down into the zone, around behind the net, all the way over to the far boards. Fired out of there by the Komets, and we'll have an icing against Fort Wayne. Tour gets back, touches the puck, the whistle blows, and we'll bring it down the length of the rink here.
Now, you were just talking a moment ago, Tim. Now, you corrected me on the 5-2 thing. I think natural hat trick was without any other goal scored.
Huh?
A natural hat trick is without any other goal scored by either team.
A natural hat trick is three in a row.
Consecutive goals.
3 consecutive goals by the player on the team
Without
that
any
scores
other
them,
goals being scored.
by any of his teammates. The other team can score. Your opposing team can score, but as long as you're offensively don't score a goal from somebody else on your team, it's a natural hat. I'd be willing to bet you a hamburger on that.
No, I won't bet. I didn't do much scoring, so I'm never worried about it.
Komets, Dave Smith. Look out right into lower section 17, and who's got it?
Looks like everybody's okay up there.
Everybody's safe. And now we got a little mix-up down on the ice. What's going on here? A little pushing, a little shoving. Nothing will be called here. Lego goes in to break them up. So nothing being done on the ice. No penalty calls will be made. (17-18), 4-2 Komets in the lead.
Geez, I hope Linda wasn't too upset when I said still married. And she said very.
That was a message, Randy.
I think so. Like, get out of her face.
Scott Gruhl with a puck. Dumps it down into the end boards. Fogarty checks on Scott. Hangs onto his arm real good. They fight for it behind the net, and the puck is still loose, and they'll whistle it down now for a face-off in the Cleveland zone. 17 minutes left. Game 2 of the first round Turner Cup playoff championships, and the Komets lead it 1-0.
Gruhl's trying to explain to the referee that, hey, how am I supposed to play the puck? The guy's on hold of me. Look at his arms wrapped around him. Tom Berry seemed to think he refereed here before, but I don't remember seeing that name. It's possible. In 41 games, I might have missed him.
Well, Randy, he didn't miss you in the old-timers game. Put you in the penalty box, as a matter of fact. Well, it really wasn't Tom, it was Sam.
Yep, Sam Cisco.
But had Barry known who you were and what we said about him over the years, he probably would have given you 5 years to life. Dumped into the Fort Wayne zone in the corner. Long rebound comes out to Grant Richardson. He feeds it down the near side.
Well, he was going to rip his head off, wasn't he?
He was going for the head, but Grant got away from him. Look at Hankinson in there fighting for it with Nelson. McCulloch with the puck over to Duberman. Duberman dumps it down into the Fort Wayne zone, takes a nice hit from Grant. Right out in front to Hankinson. Hankinson was in Mosquito. I didn't get the full name out, so that doesn't count. Nelson back on the defense, fires it back into the Fort Wayne zone. Reddick to Bob J. To Lee Davidson to Hank. Here comes Hankinson. Boyce trails, drops it off for Ian. He'll shoot. The rebound comes right out to
perfect
McCulloch.
situation. You see that Hankinson brought both players with him. They collided.
Nice play. Nice stop by Dobson. It goes to Steve Wilson. Wilson up to Hankinson. He'll tip it back, and it goes to Priestley on defense for Cleveland. Al Tour. Patterson back on to Wilkie's stick. Wilkie out to center ice. San Diego came back, beat Peoria 5-2 in the opening game of that series after Peoria had a 2-1 lead. Perry Anderson back with the goals again, Randy. Here goes Chibriev. It comes back out to the Komets' Wilkie along the boards, and Leach tries for it. Comes up to Patterson. Patterson across the ice to Quinn. Chibriev gets it, feeds it right back into the Cleveland zone. And out to neutral ice. Over to Kerry Lusick. Lusick flips it way up in the air and right down into the zone it goes. And it's an icing against the Komets with 14:53 left. 4-2 Ks and shots on goal, 20 for the Komets so far, 14 for the Jacks.
Well, the States of what they were the other night, we're going to get 20 more, and they're going to get 6 more, something like 7 more, right? Was it 21, 40 to 21, something like that?
The other night, yeah, he was pretty close. Something like that. Komets kept them bottled up pretty good all night. Face off to the left of Pokey Reddick. False drop. We'll do it all over again. And we wait for Ganshar to go in against Colin Chin. Harry Ganshar gets it back to the point to Nelson. He flips a wrist shot in. It deflects and goes over to the far boards. Gruhl over to Dave Smith. Gruhl looks like he banged himself in the nose against the glass there on his own. Here comes Cleveland. Into the zone, right through the defense, and Reddick, look out, nice rebound shot by Cleveland. Oh. Reddick stoned him. We're going to have a hold call against the Komets.
Great reaction by Pokey Reddick, Tim.
Yes.
I'll tell you, that stopped a sure shot there.
And it's Lusick on the hold. So Cleveland will go on to the power play.
Well, they made a good move coming in there and really brought the defense in deep where you want to keep your defense topping them. At least try to do what you can to stop the blue line. If you can't stop the blue line, try to stop it somewhere on the top of the face-off spot. From there on, you got to try to stick with it because the goaltender has the room to see to stop the shot. But you let him get right on top of you. It's the defenseman's fault. Kerry trying to do whatever he could to wrap him up there.
So the Komets on the short end of the stick here. 5-on-4 in favor of Cleveland. And we're trying to get the puck dropped in the zone, and the guys want to cheat in. And they'll get right back inside the circle here. No, they were real nice, Randy. They kept their skates on the line. Block over in the corner to Sandy Smith. Right out front, a shot, and Reddick gloves it down and hangs on to it. Priestley didn't get quite all the wood on it.
See, while the Sermon were jockeying for position there, Tim, and the referees wait for them to jockey around, instead of just dropping the puck, you know, your forwards start cruising up there to the slot, into the face-off spot. So I agree with old Ken Olliott when he says, get those lines back down there and get the place where put the face-off, put the sticks down on the ice and drop
both
the puck.
teams.
Yeah, right. Drop.
They'll make it the same way all the way around. No advantage if you're home or on the road. Yeah, that's a good point Ken makes. In the Cleveland zone, boys. Knocks Nelson over. Ganshar tries to pass. Missed everybody, and Bob J puts it right back in on the defense. Here we go, Ganshar. 2-on-2. Ganshar wide, right out front, off the skate, deflects to Ian Boyce. Boyce. And Grant talking to the ref. Look out, Grant. Don't say too much.
Ganshar must have really run. I was watching away from the play.
Well, the way that Lego's handing out misconducts tonight, Grant's lucky he didn't get one there. Reddick stops it for Richard. Richard, up it goes, and it's caught down in 57 ice level. Caught and dropped. .59 seconds left in Kerry Lusick's penalty. And Cleveland has the power play time left. There's your Mr. Smith from Tiger Eye Sound there. That was their Flyers jersey on tonight. He had a Quebec jersey on. That was an actual game jersey worn by Kaminsky that he had on last week. Davidson and Gauthier in for the draw. Wilkie up the ice, kept in the zone, and what are we going to call? Hand pass. So that will take the face-off outside the Fort Wayne blue line. Mike Keenan named the new head coach of the New York Rangers. Will make an estimated $750,000 a year for 5 years.
I'm sure there's some bonuses in there somewhere if he takes a team to the Stanley Cup or whatever playoffs.
Well, I can tell you, if he wins the Stanley Cup in New York, he will be nothing short of a saint in New York.
Yeah.
Quinn fires it into the zone. Reddick stops it behind the net, and Jean-Marc Richard flips it up in the air, and down the ice it goes. That will, uh-oh, we got a man hurt. It's Richard. And did you say somebody got him with a high stick?
Yeah, Mark Gavart.
Yeah, from what we hear, that he was hit with a stick, and the Cleveland player skated away, and we'll have to see if Lego talks to his linesman to see if they saw anything on that play.
I think it was Duberman, wasn't it? It hit him?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Jean-Marc is still down. Joe Franke tending to Jean-Marc Richard.
I'll tell you, Jean-Marc has always been one to somewhat shun off any type of pain. He went all last year, took a lot of abuse out there, and I don't think he ever missed a game, did he, Mark or Tim? I was looking at Mark when I said Tim. So
talking to me. Here we go, the name game.
I was like this, and I was trying to ask you the question. I was looking at Mark. So, hey, okay.
Jean-Marc is okay. He's up.
You know how it is. Anytime you get your nose smacked, it's your eyes start to water instantly, and you lose vision, and
it hurts. There will be no penalties on the play. The Komets remain one man short for 41 seconds on Kerry Lusik's holding penalty. Face-off will be at the red line. Mallon drops the puck, and it goes to Grant Richardson on defense. Grant fires it into the Cleveland zone, and Hankinson chases it down on the near side. Mikhailiuk checks on him. Leach on around the boards to Duberman. They put it into the Fort Wayne zone, into the corner. Richardson up the boards. Hankinson.
Nice elbow.
And
they got him for it.
He got him.
Rough. Boarding. I thought it was an elbow.
Is it a board or a rough?
Boarding.
Looks like a boarding. Boarding call on Duberman. Justin Duberman sets it down. 2 minutes boarding, so the Komets will have a 1 minute 49-second power play time once Kerry Lusik's 11 seconds expire. We've got 12:39 left in the second period. 4-2 Komets the score. See, your mother's in attendance tonight.
My mother and daughter, of course my daughter is taken off by to see some friends somewhere. But,
I'm
yeah, my
sure
mom
you went to dinner before you came to the game?
Yes, I took her out. It's the least I could do for her.
Well, that's very nice.
Over all those years, kept me fattened up. Very successful at it, my ad.
Here we go. Komets are on the power play now. Willett to the line to Smith. He shoots, and it's wide of the net. Comes to Chibriev, back to Willett. Over to Igor. Igor back over on the side to Willett. They crash the net. Igor right in front. Richard with the puck. He looks around, feeds it over to Igor. Igor right through the crease. And it's down to the Fort Wayne zone. Pokey will stop it. And leaves it for Bob Wilkie. Komets on the power play for 1:10 yet. Nice drop to Smith. Smith tries to skate through, drops it over to Igor. Igor back out to the point to Wilkie. Over to Jean-Marc. He pinches down in. Back on the point to Wilkie. Feeds it over to Igor. And Igor got the shot right on, and Dobson was right there.
Great opportunity for him to score, but like you said, Dobson was right there on the step and shutting him down.
Well, let's see. How many we got here tonight? Tim asked. Randy says how many?
69-50.
69-50 for Randy. Okay, let's go with 7,048, I'll say.
Okay, I changed mine. 72-20.
And Pat says 69 even, Pat? Okay.
Make mine 72-20, huh?
Hey, wait a minute. I wrote it down.
Okay.
You're jabbed, buddy. Sorry. And a tip right there in the crease, and hanging on is Dobson.
Richardson didn't even want to take that shot. He just lost control over there. Just wanted to get away for the Cleveland player to attack him there. Getting a bit of a shot on goal. Hope for a rebound. Grant Richardson, a tough player, been playing real well the last half of the season, uninjured for most of the last half anyway.
Yeah, he was in sorry shape to begin the year off with that stomach groin injury.
The jab actually was a spearing that was not detected, and went on to have some internal bleeding. So good to see him in good shape and a real contributor.
And don't forget, folks, tonight, right here on Public Access, Channel 10, 8 o'clock, live Comet Corner. I'll be there. Randy, you be there?
I think I'll be there.
And as far as it goes, I know the rest of the crew will be there, but we don't know if the Comets are leaving on Wednesday night for their Thursday game in Cleveland or not, so we'll have to see if we can get somebody in. Depends on whether they're going to be in town. But at any rate, we'll come up with something, folks. We'll take your calls. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about, as long as it's hockey. Here we go into the zone. 20 seconds left in the power play to the Comets. Dobson hangs on to it and brings it out and gets a whistle.
Oh, Pat, if you go up above the perfection sign, you'll see Michael Franke up there with Ed Rose. Michael feeding his daughter, Katie. Katie's a constant watcher of Comet Hockey on Channel 10. Mike says, I go home every Wednesday, and Katie's got it down there. She has a little bit of lunch.
That's great. Nice shot, Pat.
That's one of the many hats that Mike wears at the hockey games, along with running the hockey team.
And throwing it out of the press box when his teammates score the goals. A hat trick, huh?
Let's hope not.
Wilkie in his own zone. Power play time is about to expire for the Comets. Both sides are now full strength. Chin, cross-rink pass, and John Mark goes in for it. Drops it back to Savage. He puts it over to Wilkie. Couldn't get the pass to Chin. Chin fires it in, and he's knocked down by Gauthier. Gauthier's helmet got turned sideways on his head. Here goes Duberman. Back to Mikhailuk. Mikhailuk loses his edge and falls down. Here goes Gauthier around behind, and he tries to tuck. And a nice play by John Mark. John Mark saved today. Took that loose puck right out of the crease and drops it over, and Duberman will get it for Cleveland. Back on the Fort Wayne defense. John Mark, 10 minutes left in the second period for 2 Ks. Tour drops it back into the zone. Over to Boyce.
Went off his stick.
And Boyce to Wilson. Hits that center ice. Here goes Leach into the zone. He takes a shot. It's wide of the Fort Wayne net, and Boyce chases down the rebound. Ian Boyce. Goes into the corner. Boyce looks for it right up front. The heart. No, Davidson right off the top of Dobson. Good chance. Whoa, Wilson knocks his man. Good chance by Lee. A backhand went a little high, and Dobson knocked her right down. And Priestley takes the check from Lusick, and getting the puck for Steve Wilson to Boyce. Back down to Todd Nelson. Nelson makes the turn and gets out of the zone. And it's intercepted by the Comets. Kelly Hurd. He's got Wilkie. Back to Hurd. He shoots the rebound right there in the crease. Nobody there but Jamie Leach for Cleveland. Comets getting some opportunities now, Randy. Icing, Cleveland.
Well, they're looking good. They're making good of every opportunity.
8:42 left, second period of play. 25-18, shots on goal in favor of the Komets. 4-2, the score on the board in favor of the Komets. And the face-off taken by the Lumberjacks. Brian Fogarty. Off the end boards, Gancher goes down. Look out.
Got a holding there.
Boy, is he going to be all right? He hit the boards kind of hard on there. Hit the feet first, did he, Randy?
Yeah, it looked like it. Bobby J, I think he's going to go for tripping. I'm not sure Bobby can argue that either tripping or holding. It's tripping.
And the Komets get a tripping call as Gancher went pretty hard into the boards. Looks like he's going to be okay. He's favoring the right foot a little bit.
I think it was a necessary penalty, though, a little bit, you know, Tim?
2 minutes trip to Bob J. Gancher skating it off. 4-2 as you see on the board. 8:30 left, period 2. So Cleveland trying to figure out who to put out on the power play unit. Looks like Fogarty, Mikhailic, Jason Smart, Sandy Smith, and Todd Nelson so far. Gancher on the bench. Richardson, Hankinson, Smith, and Wilkie, the power play killing unit for the Fort Wayne Komets. Fogarty will fire it into the Fort Wayne zone. It goes all the way around and is picked up in the corner by Smart. Back along to Nelson. Smith back at the left point. He throws a wrister in front, but Wilkie's there, and he sends it down the ice. Almost had Hankinson on a breakaway. Oh, high stick on Smart, and they missed it, Randy. Hit him right in the back of the head. Boy.
Now, if they missed it, he thought the player deserved it. What is it?
I don't know. The ref sure missed that. He smacked him right on the side of the helmet. Gancher back on the ice, so he's obviously okay. Perry winds up, throws it into the zone all the way around the board. Smith plays it back around behind the net. Reddick, nice pass out by Reddick.
Good job.
Fogarty chases it down. He's got Lee Davidson on him. Don't hook him too much, Lee. Just put that stick in there and just kind of hang on. Let him pull you around the ice a little bit, huh? Here comes Fogarty, fires it in high. Reddick knocks it down, leaves it there for Lusick. 52 seconds left on the Cleveland power play. John Mark takes a check from Thies, and Boyce backhands it into the Cleveland zone. 7:14 left, period 2. 4-2 Komets. Leach into the zone goes Quinn. A shot. Oh, brother. Pokey made the save. That's all you got to do. Look out in front of the net, and Richard there to clear it down the ice. 28 seconds left in the Cleveland power play, and the Komets doing an effective job of
Collin doing a real effective job, Jim. Look at that. Get the face-off.
And we got the face-off in their zone with 22 seconds left on the penalty. Good play by the Komets tonight.
You know, a lot of players would let that guy going in the corner, pick up the puck, and just sort of step back and wait to play defense. Instead, Colin Chin took the initiative to force that play and force it into a face-off. So that's a good play by Colin Chin. A lot of experience there.
Hey, guess who I saw on TV the other night on Sports Channel? The Minnesota North Stars were trying to win that final playoff spot, which they missed out on, but Enrico Ciccone.
Oh, I was going to say Ronnie Zanussi.
Whoa, nice glove save by Dobson, and he hangs on. Yeah, oh, Enrico playing for the North Stars.
He actually playing?
Yeah.
Was it beating up on their own goaltender?
No. He was out there on the ice, got some ice time, and I had to do the classic double take. I saw that Ciccone name, and I thought, no, that can't be. But it was him.
I think he had some talent. It's just that he was didn't use his brain all the time.
A couple of cards short of a full deck.
Uh-huh.
For all you people that wonder who we're talking about, it's Enrico Ciccone. Maybe you know him by that name. That'll get a firestorm started. Both sides full strength in the Fort Wayne zone. Behind the net, Gauthier for Cleveland. Gauthier in the corner, kicks it around. Richardson will get it by Mikhailic. Over to the near side. Nelson and right in front. And
oh, here we go.
And Chibriev, he's got some help. Here goes Igor. Tries to pass. Whoa, Willett.
Oh, what a beautiful second opportunity.
Yes, but no cookie as Dobson was there to make the save. Good play. Leach back for the Cleveland Lumberjacks. He's in the corner. McKillick right in front of the net. And it clears back out to center ice, and Thiessen backhands it down to the Comet line. Gauthier waits for it. Leach, McKillick just got onside. McKillick centering pass, and it's going to be taken by Thiessen in the slot. A shot goes up over the net. McKillick right off to Gauthier, and the puck is bouncing around. Whoa, and the Comets come out with it. Chibriev. Here we go to Savage. And the stick save made goes right out to Cleveland. Patterson, Lusick is knocked up into the air, and Savage has the puck.
Carried a little bit there, didn't he?
Yeah, traveling, huh?
Easy on me now.
Comes back out to, who's got it? Savage tries to get it, and a penalty call on Cleveland. Whoa, and now the whistle blows, and it's going to be Carras.
Two are going for slashing, I believe.
Cross check.
Oh,
Lego with the cross check. 4:56 left in period 2, 4-2 Comets, and they're going to go on the power play as Al Tour gets 2 minutes cross-checking.
You know, looking back on Igor Chibriev taking that semi-breakaway, he's kind of waiting up for the team to come up with him to have somebody to pass to.
Mm-hmm.
You almost wish he could just go ahead in there, just put the Jets on, and hopefully get his rebound. He's done well getting his own rebound at times, and not a stingy player at all. Igor Chibriev wanted to pass the puck around and share the wealth.
That's what Eddie Long said, isn't it?
That's right.
Face off. Back to Fogarty. Fires it all the way down the ice in the air.
That's a nice shot.
And Bob J has it for the Comets. They are on the power play because Al Tour cross-checked Savage, and he got 2 minutes for it. Colin Chin back out to Richardson. Richardson pucked way up in the air. Todd Nelson over to Fogarty. Fogarty backhands it off the glass, and it'll go back down to the Fort Wayne blue line where Bob J has it for the Comets. Just past Richard, and it goes right back into the Fort Wayne zone. Reddick will stop it and leave it for Richard. Richard to Chin. Missed the pass. Thiessen on defense. Cleveland. Ganscher can't get control of it. Smart looks to dump it. Can't get it done. Jay to Savage. In on the defense, Smart. All the way back up. Here we go, two-line pass.
Slightly.
1 minute left in the power play time to the Fort Wayne Comets. 3:54 left in period 2, 4-2 K's in the lead.
We had Mark Schutte and Blake Sebring on our Fat Guys on Sports show last Saturday. He talked a lot about common hockey, a lot about Igor
What time was that?
That was on 10 o'clock till
No
11.
wonder I missed that. Aren't you normally scheduled for an 11 o'clock start?
We were during the tax season, then we go back to our regular time. I talked a lot about Igor Chibriev and Steve Fletcher, Colin Chin, a number of players, and what Comets' chances were to go. And both riders feel it's a good chance that they could beat Cleveland and Atlanta if Atlanta beats Indianapolis and end up in the finals with either.
It's going to be San Diego. I don't care what anybody says. The Gulls will be there.
You don't think Kansas City has a chance, huh?
I don't think Kansas City is going to get past Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Peoria, they're just outmanned. There's no way they can compete with San Diego. They might take a game,
especially when they lost Felser too. That's playing for the Blues.
Yeah,
so that's going to be tough for them.
And of course, the first two games are in San Diego. The next three in Peoria. So Peoria. Whoa, my goodness, Smith. Not a good penalty to take for Cleveland. Hey, they're going to be 2 men short, Randy.
That was pretty good too. And then Smart got the puck right in the slot and shot over the net. Before the penalty was called. So Mark looked back at me,
John Mark did a great job of adding to that.
Yes. It's how he slipped on his back. I think it had a little bit to do with it.
So, the Komets with a 2-man advantage for 31 seconds. It's Sandy Smith gets the hook call. The face-off will be, where will it be? Right outside the Fort Wayne blue line. Mallon will drop the puck. Who keeps yelling at me?
Yeah, there's Blake Sebring and Mark Schutte. Blake to our right.
Hey, is Mark awake? Wake up, Mark. There we go.
Yeah. Real good guys. Real quiet for the most part. As I told Tom Snyder, they talk with their pens and do a real good job.
Excellent job, both of them.
Mark is from Anderson, Indiana. Blake, of course, from Fort Wayne.
Here goes Savage. He winds one up, and a bullet just finds itself wide of the post. Chin back behind the net to Gruhl. Gruhl feeds it out to the point to Bob J. Cross point to Grant Richardson. Richardson feeds it over to the side. Oh, nice working around. And the puck cleared to the sideboards. Komets looking good on the passing there. Back to Bob J. Deep slot shot. Save. Rebound. Chin gone for the Texas hat. And it comes all the way down. Reddick to Bob J. 1:20 left. Komet power play time. Bob J. into the zone.
Nice cross check.
In the corner, Bob J. Back over to Willett. Willett maintains control over to Chin. Back to Willett. Spread him out a little bit. Grant Richardson. He takes a shot. The rebound, where's it at? Off behind the net. Over to Willett along the sideboards. And Chin's going to have it behind the net. Over to Willett. Oh, here we go. Grant's going to wind up, shoots, and rebound way up in the air and off behind the net. Fought for. 45 seconds left. Komet power play time. Grant, another time. Winder up. And this time Dobson has it and he hangs on. Now, look at the stick job that Tour's putting on down there. Unbelievable. Boy, Grant got 3 for a quarter that time.
Yeah, I did. If you noticed that, if you had a chance to watch, I wasn't watching our monitor, but you had Bobby J that shoots right, playing left defense. And you had Grant Richardson that shoots left, playing right defense. Just a little bit of the opposite. I don't know if that was planned to be that way or what, but they're going for change now. It's a little tough, you know, if you're a right-handed shot and you're on the left side. Sometimes it, goes both ways. I've seen players that shoot right.
So you have to take the pass on your backhand, then switch.
That play left side, or they'll shoot left and play the right side. The guy you interviewed a couple weeks ago, Stan Culligan, was always played right wing, and he shot left. But he always felt like he had more of the net to shoot at.
Yeah, little different angle on that.
Shoot on the left side.
When you're playing goal, I noticed it a lot of times with McMillan. The first thing I'd look for is, what are they, right or left-handed? And you make an adjustment on the angle for that.
Yep.
Supposedly. Here we go. Willett has the puck. 30 seconds left in the Komets power play. Chibriev to Wilkie. A shot knocked down in front of the net. And it comes all the way back down to the Komet blue line. Jean-Marc Richard for the K's. He skates it around. Look, don't lose it there. And Reddick has to feed it off. Around to Wilkie. He takes a hit.
Ooh, nice
little elbow thrown in there. Here comes Paul Willett. Up to Igor. 9 seconds left in the power play. Igor works his way through.
Lost
and
him.
Smith right in on goal. Good shot by Smith. And that does it. Even strength both sides. 1:22 left in second period. 4-2 Komets. Smart has it in the corner. Drops it back to Gauthier. Gauthier off the side of the net.
Here we go.
John Mark comes up with a puck. And Cleveland just got their defensive line change on just in time. Fogarty for the Lumberjacks. Off to Block into the zone. Oh, a funny bounce off the boards. That shot, great save, Reddick. Boy, oh boy, that was close. Another shot off the side of the Fort Wayne net. 46 seconds left in the period. Cleveland putting the pressure on. They like to get within 1 before the third period starts. And it's whistled down with 41 seconds left in period 2.
Well, with shots on goal, Tim, we're looking at 23 going into the third period anyway. By Cleveland, 2 over what their total was last week. or last game.
They're a little more offensive tonight.
And the Komets are pretty much on target for what they did last game.
Yeah, maybe even a little ahead at this stage of the game.
Maybe. At 32.
Yeah, it is a little more wide open tonight than it was the other night.
And I still think that has to do with a little bit of our old buddy Steve Fletcher. I think Steve has a tendency to slow, not with his skating style, but to slow the game down because of the body checks. And although there has been a lot of bodies thrown out here by both teams.
Yeah. And the face-off in the Fort Wayne zone. Boyce broke into the circle, so they'll do it all over again. And he chases out Block, and Ganscher will come in to take the draw. Perry Ganscher goes into the corner for Bob J. 35 seconds left, period 2. Komets can hang on to the end of the period. They'll have a 2-goal lead. Look out, a shot just wide of the net. And it's in the corner. Bob J. Smith goes in for it. Davidson in there. It's whistled down with 20 seconds left in the period.
I just looked up before my mother is, and my daughter just has abandoned her for some better, maybe some her old boyfriend or something. Yeah, there's my mom sitting out there by her Stan Longberg. And
which one's your mother there?
One wiping her eyes right now.
Well, that your daughter right there?
Oh, there she is. Well, okay. I guess she didn't.
Who's that guy she's with, Randy?
I just better watch it. Better watch it.
Looks like she's interested.
Yeah, watch it.
So how many invite them to the wedding?
Gosh, I'm going to get into that. I think I wait about another 10 years for that.
She ain't got a driver's license yet, does she?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's got that, huh? Okay. Well, I assume we'll be invited, of course, right?
Back to the game.
Okay. Change the subject, right? 10 seconds left in period 2. Hankinson drops it in. Boyce will wind up, take a shot. It deflects over here to the near side. And back out to center ice. And we'll have a whistle down with 2 seconds left. And Gauthier and Davidson discussing the weather. And the breeze that comes off of Lake Erie in Cleveland. Of course, they don't play in Cleveland. They play in Richfield Stadium, which is, what, about 20-25 miles south of Cleveland, isn't it?
I've never been there.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
That's what I heard. Cavaliers play there, I know.
They're going to build a multi-million-dollar complex in downtown Cleveland, which makes you wonder why they didn't do that in the first place. So what happens to Richfield Coliseum once that happens, you know? Hey, right at the whistle, here we go. Duberman, Boyce, Gauthier, Nelson, Davidson, Hankinson, all look at each other. We're picking on our big guys out there, Randy.
That should be about it.
And Mikhailuk in there yapping away. Well, these people drink much more beer down here. They have trouble walking down, well, they are having trouble walking down the steps. 1 second left, and they're going to call the period right now, or what?
Looks like it.
We're going to have some penalty calls here. That's what we're going to do. We got a slash, and that was the only one I think that was called, wasn't it? Slashing is the call to Gauthier and Davidson. Even it up. They both cool a couple. And we'll start out skating four aside to begin the third period. We'll have a ceremonial drop of the puck here to get rid of this 1 second that's left on the board. Smith and Patterson to take the draw. And that ends period 2 of game 2, and the Komets are leading it 4-2. Shots on goal through 2 periods of play for the Fort Wayne Komets, 32 for the Cleveland Lumberjacks, 23. And we've got 20 minutes of hockey left, and it's still a tight game. Randy Markham, 2 goals, not all that big.
I'm ready for the third period. It could be a tough one.
Okay, folks, we'll be back on Channel 10. This is Komet Hockey.
You're watching Channel 10, Fort Wayne's public access station.
And we are back at the Jungle, the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum, for third period action between the Komets and the Jacks. Hayes in a 4-2 lead right now.
Well, Pat, if we could go, well, there he is. He's sitting there. We go over to lower 25. There, just barely got him in there, rubbing his nose there a little bit. Jim O'Connor from
There's a good close-up.
Reliable Cleaning, president of Reliable Cleaning, like to wish him a happy birthday from his staff. They're the ones that told on you, Jim. Jim, a long-time season ticket holder, even a gold ticket holder at one time when Dave Walker implemented the lifetime opportunity. Thank God for the Frankies. There are only about 8 of them that took advantage of that. But
also, happy birthday, Jim O'Connor.
I think he must be about 41, 42. I know he's a lot younger than I am.
Boyce a shot, and off the glass it goes. And down goes, whoa, 2 of the Cleveland players. And Boyce hustles right back, gets the puck. Look at that guy fight. Held, gets it over to Hankinson, but coming up with it is Quinn. Quinn for Cleveland. And it goes out to Mikhailuk in his own zone. He feeds it back to center ice. Ganchar will get it at his line. Hankinson with the puck. Backhands it down to Todd Nelson in his own zone. Nelson to Fogarty. Fogarty looks, carries it in, winds up. Oh, nice save by Reddick. Just deflected off a little high, but that was ticketed. And here goes the Komets. Kelly Hurd, he looks, shoots, and it's wide of the net. Priestley clears it around the far boards, and waiting for it, Richard. Richard back over to Willett off the boards. He feeds it back in behind the goal line. Kelly Hurd hauled down, no call on that. And we are 4 skaters aside, by the way. Davidson and Gauthier both in for another 40 seconds yet. Here comes Fogarty. Takes a shot. Reddick calmly sticks that to the sideboards. Lusick in there. Richard has the puck. Up to Kelly Hurd. Kelly Hurd tries to get around his man. He's got the stick in his gut. Can't do it. Jean-Marc will keep it in. He winds up, shoots it right in on Dobson, and hangs on.
Komets did a wise thing, too, Tim. Was going in there for the rebound, and Dobson kept her tight. Real tight.
What did you do with that piece of paper I just gave you there?
When I threw down?
Yeah, I got a note on the other side.
Oh, okay.
You all right?
No, this paper face I just blew my nose with?
Sure, I'll take it anyway.
There, I see it.
Want to wish Dan Brockhouse, season ticket holder, who will be getting married this Saturday, to Heather Nobles. Want to wish you the best of luck in your upcoming marriage this Saturday. Dan Brockhouse and Heather Nobles. Comet hockey fans. Now we can throw that thing away. Face-off goes to Al Tour. Behind his own net, Tour looks around. 18 minutes, 10 seconds left in the game. Komets lead it by 2. Bob Wilkie at center ice. Fed back into the Cleveland zone. And Priestley will carry it out. Komets on line change. Priestley winds up, and a high shot is gloved down by Reddick, and he hangs on. Not dressed for the Fort Wayne Komets tonight, our friend Guy Dupuis, Bob Loxo, Ralph Barahona, Kevin McDonald, Corey Koser, Sylvain Courrier, Dan Ratusny, who is still with the Vancouver Canucks.
There's a few of the boys right now. There's Steve Fletcher with his back to us.
Steve with his tan suit on, and Loxo to the right there, is it?
Yep. Steve always sign autographs.
Oh, yeah.
Real popular player. Usher staying there. Could you fellas find a seat? Nah.
Are you going to go up to Fletcher and ask him to find a seat? No way.
Nope.
But yeah, I'll knock you down and sit on you. Scott Gruhl carries it out to center ice. Flips it into the Cleveland zone. Savage bumps his man. Takes a stick on the back. Savage still fights for it. An elbow thrown. Knocks Savage's helmet off. No call made. At least Lego's consistent tonight, huh?
Doesn't call anything. That's what you mean.
Well, I'd rather have that than somebody that was one-sided. Here goes Gruhl to the line. Tries to get around his man. Flips it into the corner. Over to Patterson. What do you think, Randy? Komets go into Cleveland for games 3 and 4. Do you think they'll rest some of the guys and let Dupuis and Laxo and McDonald and Barahona and Kother have a go at it?
You know, they talk about guys that sometimes play better on the road, or they got some guys that may want to see some more ice time. You know, I think you gotta get a guy in the game like Fletcher on the road, because players will have a tendency to get a little more brave when they're at home. And I think Steve will have to be in there to keep law and order. I could be wrong, as I was before the game started.
Komets break out of the zone. Hankinson leads the rush, leaves it for Boyce. Boyce right through the crease to Hankinson, but is picked off by Block. Block to Travis Thiessen. Thiessen will fire it into the Fort Wayne corner. And Reddick will stop it there and leave it for Jean-Marc. Jean-Marc up the boards, and it's going to come out to center ice. Fogarty waits for it. Fogarty into the Fort Wayne zone. 16 minutes, 10 seconds left, 4-2, Komets in the lead. Fed up to Igor. And he gets the puck. Comes out of the pack with the puck. Here goes Igor over to Willett. Willett shoots the rebound. Goes to the open net. Oh, just missed the side. Hurd did.
Goaltender even had the light on.
Oh.
Hey, they don't come any easier than that, but I'll tell you, if that's the way the things are going for Kelly Hurd, that's it tonight.
Yes. Boy, would he like to have that one back. Willett feeds it over to Igor. He scores! Igor!
Yes! Willett taking the puck, and Igor brought the goaltender Dobson out and fired her in. And there we go for 5-2. Well, that doesn't quite make up, you know, for one Kelly Hurd should have had right there, but it sure makes the pain a little easier to take, that's for sure.
And we look at Tanya and Ilya Chibriev. Tanya in the lovely dress there. She's looking nice tonight. 15:37 left. Third period of play. 5-2 Komets. Igor. And we're going to hear the Igor song momentarily. So, Igor gets the 5th Komet goal, assisted by Paul Willett and Kelly Hurd. 5-2 Komets.
You know, Willett did a real good job of getting the puck to Igor, but Kelly Hurd was the one that really created the disturbance beside the net there that enabled Paul to get the puck to him.
Richardson with the puck, dumps it back out to center ice, and it goes back to the Cleveland line. Al Tour gives chase. Chin will go into forecheck. He gets it up to Mikhailuk. Mikhailuk at center ice, over to Perry Ganscher. Ganscher to the line. Fogarty has it go off his stick and back to Colin Chin. Scott Gruhl has the puck at center. Off the skate. Onside. Scott dumps it in around behind the net. Dobson fires it off the glass. Savage trying to keep it in. Oh, my goodness.
Another high sticking that went.
Fogarty takes a good hit from Steve Wilson. Ganscher right out front, and he missed everybody. He goes all the way down the ice.
No, that will not be an icing.
The goaltender plays it. Dobson does. 5-2 Komets on Igor's goal, assisted by Willett and Kelly Hurd. Here comes Fogarty. Fogarty to the line, into the zone. Fires it around behind the Fort Wayne net. Gruhl in the corner. He flips the high one down, and this is going to be onside Willett. And he gets the shot. Tour takes him off the puck around behind the net to Quinn. Quinn dumps it down on the defense. Over to Willett. He knocks it down. at center ice. Bouncing puck. Whoa!
No penalty? Unbelievable. Dave Smith was the man that had the puck and just got hooked the heck out of him.
You know why? He didn't fall down. That's kind of stupid to say that he didn't fall down, he didn't call it, but he was hooked, and hooked bad, and right in front of the referee.
A penalty can be called anyway, believe me. Even if you took a slash a guy and missed the guy, that penalty can be called.
Right. Saw Boris Fistrick get a game misconduct for a vicious slash attempt on Al Dumbo one night out here. Here goes Sandy Smith into the zone. His poke checked off his stick by Lucic. Richard grabs it. Now what we going to have? Oh, boy. Brother. And Lego calls a hold on the Fort Wayne Komets and lets that hook go.
Well, hook, and then Savage come up the ice, got high stuck by Ganser or Mikhailuk. I can't remember which one it was.
It would fit either one of them.
Yeah, that's why I say it. It could have been either player. And they're talking about the bingo.
Davidson goes to the sin bin for holding.
You know, Tim, I was just watching that last play that Igor went down there and then we did eventually score on. I was watching our monitor. I'll tell you what, after watching that game on ABC today with the ESPN crew, they don't have a whole lot on us except another 75 people and about 6 cameras. I think Pat Stelty did just a fine job, and with one camera, I really applaud Pat and all the hard work he's put into this program.
Slightly.
I just wish we had a little more help down at the studio. They didn't miss the last 5 minutes of a game. Put some deaf preacher on.
Jeez.
Sorry. That was a bit of an editorial, wasn't it? I guess.
Well, that's what Channel 10 is all about, Randy. Freedom of speech and expression, and you just done it. Cleveland takes the shot. Reddick makes the save, and it's going to go right down, and Dobson will have to stop it.
Come on, defense. Can't have mistakes like that now. Yeah, I apologize. I get a little carried away there.
1:15 left in the power play to the Cleveland Lumberjacks. Fired into the zone. Reddick will leave it off for Lucic. Lucic clears it out to Nelson at center ice. He puts it over to Gauthier. Back on the defense to Fogarty. Fogarty off the skate. Dumps it off a little bit. Down in behind the Fort Wayne net. All the way around. It goes to Gancher. Gancher to Mikhailuk. Back to Nelson. A shot. And look out lower 50.
Down there in the wheelchair section. They got...
Elvis has returned to the building. And in case you're wondering where he was down at Bloomington at the Little 500 today. No wonder he's still able to walk.
What, from pedaling his bicycle or what?
Still got some energy left. He's going to get a long dance tonight, Elvis.
Marky Bart said he must practice that in here. I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So Danny Herbert does his job as young Elvis. And coming out of the pack, Dave Smith dumps it back into the Cleveland zone. 35 seconds left on the Cleveland power play. 11:35 left in third period. 5-2 Komets. Here comes Priestley. He fires it in wide of the Fort Wayne goal. Over to the far boards, taken there by the Komets. Around the glass it goes. Kept in by Quinn. And getting
good hit by Hurd.
Up to Willett. Nobody with him. The rest of the Komets making a line change. Willett into forecheck on Cleveland. 5 seconds left in Cleveland's power play. And now both sides are equal strength. The Komets successfully kill off another penalty. Icing against the Jacks.
Whoa, that's a silly thing to do.
An encore performance for Elvis. There he goes. Jump. Whoa. Oh, brother.
I think we need a spotter down there. Look up at Pat Stelty. He's got a smile on his face. Got the crowd going on that one, Tim.
Okay, you're done, Elvis. Take a nap. Here we go. Jason Smart feeds it off. Nobody there but Gruhl. Gruhl backhands it out to center ice. Look out down in the lower ice level.
Hey, come on, fellas.
Back down to the handicap section again. Oh, Danny's mother is here. Elvis's mom is here. First visit ever to a Fort Wayne Comet game. She gets to be proud of her son tonight, huh?
Oh, what a guy.
Thank you. Here we go. 10:40 left in the game. 5-2 Komets. Chin with the puck. Backhanded down into the Cleveland zone. And we'll have it whistled down in the Cleveland zone. It's a Komets icing.
What are you doing, Tim? Tim is looking at the wall. What is that all about?
It's a long story, Randy.
Oh, okay.
.29 left. Komets lead it 5-2. Puck is in the Fort Wayne zone, fought for in the corner. It comes loose to Cleveland. They feed it around behind the Fort Wayne net. Duberman does. Lucic after it takes a slash from Gauthier. It comes out to Boyce. Boyce off the boards and back down to the Cleveland zone where Quinn plays it. And who's got it? Gauthier for Cleveland. Back to Quinn. Back over to Gauthier. Takes a bump from Boyce. Fire down to the Fort Wayne blue line. Back out at center ice. Boyce, he's getting it loose. Almost Davidson. But it'll come to Quinn. Quinn, cross ice to Nelson. Nelson up to Gauthier. Gauthier leaves it off, goes all the way down to the Fort Wayne zone for an icing call against the Jacks, and it was waved off. 9:35 left in the game. 5-2 Komets boys. Komets will make a line change, as well as Cleveland on a partial change. Thiessen. Igor has it. Igor to the zone, drops it off, and it's going to be carried out. Cleveland will have a 2-on-2. Wide left, Smith shoots it in. Reddick makes the save. It comes right back out in front, and there's Willett. Willett out of the zone at center ice. He takes the shot. It's high, goes all the way around to the near side, and getting it off the board. Chibriev backhands it.
He got it in the corner, too.
To Willett. He's got a man breaking. Oh, he couldn't get it to Wilkie too good, or he would have had a goal there. Willett right behind. It's in the crease and off the side of the net.
Look at this crowd.
Look at this. Another shot. Igor had the shot. And Cleveland breaks out. Dobson was just like a spectator there. He thought, what's going on here? Smith, the shot. Reddick drops it down in behind the Fort Wayne net. Bob Wilkie. Wilkie up to Chin. Chin at center ice. He flips it down into the Cleveland zone. A high one. Just gloved down by Dobson. 8:18 left. Third period. 5-2 the score in favor of the Komets. Here comes Scott Gruhl. He winds up, shoots a bullet off the glass. And Savage hustles back to get it. And he takes a check from Smart. On around to Jamie Leach. Less than 8 minutes left in the game, and the Komets in control so far. And it's blown down against the Lumberjacks. Icing with 7:5, 2 left, 5-2 the score.
Great forechecking effort by the Komets. You know, Tim, look at Boyce and Hankinson out there. They're always forechecking. Willett, Davison, doing a fine job out there. There's not a lot of play in the Komet zone. Thank God, I guess.
If the series goes 5 games, that 5th game will be back right here at Memorial Coliseum this coming Sunday night at 6 p.m. And come on, folks, can't we get 8,103 people in here? Now, I know the people that are here, thank you. But there's other 1,000 people. Where are they? Come on, get out of here.
I mean,
this is playoff hockey, folks.
I guarantee it's the cheapest place in the IHL to watch a hockey game.
That is a fact. Down in, Dobson drops it down into the corner. Savage gives his man a bump. Thiessen has it behind the net. Thiessen up. It goes down into the Fort Wayne zone, around the other side of the net. Jumping on it, Lusick. Here comes Carey at center ice. He will drop it off to Chin. Chin. Oh, Chin hauled down, penalty call.
High sticking on Mr. Smart, I believe.
Hook call against Cleveland gives the Komets a power play. And Maxwell Smart
hooking.
The old hooking penalty call. Would you believe?
High sticking.
7:18 left, 5-2 Komets in the lead, and they're going on the power play, and Cleveland, needing to get back in the game, is going to have one heck of a time to do it when they're in the penalty box. Komets are firmly in control of game 2. Nice birthday present for Al Sims tonight.
For sure, Tim. 37 to 30 shots. Komets a few short of what they were the other night, but score is a little bit bigger.
And this game tonight moving right along quickly. I don't think we're going to be running over this time. So the face-off taken by the Komets. Richardson winds up, shoots one wide, and Willett a chance, and Dobson says, where is it? I've got it.
In the pad.
There we go. Whenever they look behind them, you know they don't know where it is.
But as a good forward, you got to be right there in case that baby drops out. So don't ever escape past the net.
Kids.
You want to be there all the time.
All you young hockey players.
Yep.
Face-off will be in the Cleveland zone with 7:11 left. 5-2 Komets. Taking the face-off is Lee Davidson. Richardson has it. He goes through the team, shoots, and it deflects way up. Oh, it almost hit young Elvis. And Dr. Death right next to him just about lived up to his name. Skis over there, yeah. Skis showing where it went.
What a great group up there, fans. They all pay for their own tickets, believe me. They just want to be part of the big show in here.
And they are. Komets have the puck. Richardson, he puts it over to Bob J. Bob J fires. The rebound is cleared out by Mikhailuk. Kept in the zone by Bobby J. Davidson looks around. Smith taking some abuse in front of the net. Wound up and deflected. Hayes, just past Davidson's stick. Jeez.
No call.
Put the stick on it.
Unbelievable, Tim. Well, not really, but...
That was some stick work extraordinaire. Scotty Gruhl. Over to Willett. He's got Smith. Oh, and it's fired high over the net. A little too much on that one upstairs. Kept in by the Komets, John Mark Richard. He cheats in. He passes off to Gruhl, and the shot deflects. Gruhl tries a centering pass. He still has the puck along the near side. Scotty Gruhl looking around. Drops it back to Paul Willett. Chin cruises into the slot. Over it goes on the side to Wilkie. He fires a shot. Yes, score! Komets!
Yes. A lot of passing around out there. Looking real good. Scotty Gruhl taking command. Paul Willett.
All right. 6-2 Komets power play goal. I didn't think they would rout them like they are, but they are.
And we got a penalty, too.
Wilkie got the goal all the way, I do believe, didn't he, Randy? Maybe it was deflected, but it looked like it was a straight-in shot from Wilkie. As Jim Anstuff's wearing out the gong machine 6 times, it sounds, for the Komets.
Jason Smart was going to come out there. I'm not sure why he isn't out, Tim.
Wilkie gets the power play goal.
Smart just got another penalty.
Shin gets his 4th point on that assist on Wilkie's goal. And Jean-Marc Richard gets the other assist. And you're right, Gauthier's in the box. He must have said something. Slashing. Gauthier picks up a slash. Well, Joel Savage on the near far side is going to be checking on Leach.
Sorry, get a face off. That's okay.
Shin
there we
drops
go.
back to Wilkie. Fed in front to Gruhl. And it's backhanded down to the Fort Wayne zone. 5 minutes left in the game. 6-2 Fort Wayne. And this one is in the bag, Randy. Another victory tonight, huh?
Yeah, the way Cleveland's playing and the way the Komets have been putting the puck in the net, had the opportunities.
Chibriev back to Wilkie. Wilkie back to Chibriev. Igor back to Wilkie. Wilkie winds up, shoots, and it's wide of the net.
It's a bit of a bouncer, a roller.
Willett has it. 40 seconds left in the Komets power play. Richard to Wilkie. Wilkie looks around, passes it over to Igor, right in front to Smith. It's a bouncing puck. Igor, though, he gets right in there and puts a nice pass to Wilkie. Igor has it back to Wilkie. In front, and a shot, and it's going to be saved. And now we're going to have another penalty against Cleveland.
Come on, Dave Smith, settle down, buddy. Paul Willett suffering the big cross check.
Somebody heard the Willett down on the ice. Joe Franke comes out to check things out.
Thing that happens to you in a cross check like that, when you're really unexpected, they're going to receive the attack. It's a snap from the neck, a little bit of a whiplash, a sharp pain across the middle of the back where the stick is embedded. Really caused serious injury. And I don't think you've seen the end of it, Tim. You're going to see a real frustrated Cleveland team. They've lost both the first 2 games away. A lot of pressure on them to go back home and win 2.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure, and I don't know if they can handle it. They're going to try to see them get a little more physical, take some more stupid penalties.
And that will work to our advantage. And, you figure Game 3 in Cleveland Thursday night, which gives the Komets really a nice chance to rest up, and they need it, because that was a grueling end of regular season schedule that they had to go through, still finishing 15-2-1. But if Komets can go into Cleveland and come out with the early lead, Cleveland's frustration might just show, and they'll just drop 4 straight, I think. Depends on how the Komets started out Thursday night. We'll find out. Willett getting up.
Well, Willett, fine player, but not real big in size. Got a big heart, but I'll tell you what, he takes a lot of abuse out there. As we said before, he played with Johnny Anderson last year in New Haven and did a fine job.
So Willett looks to be okay. And
looks like Fogarty might be gone.
Five-minute cross-check to Fogarty, and he is out of here.
Oh, that's a serious penalty. Komets are going to have at least one man advantage for the rest of the game.
That's right. Hit the road, Jacks.
Opportunity for a few people to leave already.
This one's in the bag. 6-2 Komets lead. They have a 2-man advantage for 21 seconds, and they will be on the power play the rest of the night as Fogarty gets a 5-minute major. Oh boy. I wouldn't have thought that it was going to be 6-2. I was looking for another
I was thinking maybe
battle.
5-4 games, if anything.
Here, Wilkie has a bounce off his stick. Back up to Jean-Marc. He feeds it over to the side, right out to Chin. Missed Chinner. Wilkie feeds it over to Gruhl, a bouncing puck over his stick. And Gruhl kicks it back to Colin. Colin Shin looks for Jean-Marc in the slot. Back to Jean-Marc. A shot. Nice save, Dobson. And they clear it out. And Cleveland has one man back. They'll be a man short the rest of the night now. 4:27 left on the penalty. Only 3:40 left in the game. And the Komets, 43 shots on goal to Cleveland's 31. Cleveland, more shots on goal tonight. But they're not really too many quality shots. Here goes Harry Ganchar. Ganchar looks around, feeds it off.
I thought might be interference there.
Fed back to Quinn. Quinn will dump it into the Fort Wayne zone. Reddick will stop it for Bobby J. And Bob J lags it up over to Scotty Gruhl. Gruhl looks around. Flips one into the Cleveland zone. Into the corner it goes, and Quinn clears it out to the point to Bob J. He feeds it back over to Chin. Colin Chin with 4 points on the night. Oh, one-timer. Nice pass.
Yes.
Hankinson just shot it a little bit high, right in front of the Fort Wayne net, and Jean-Marc comes up with it. He hits Hankinson at the blue line. Here goes Pete. Looks, shoots, and the save made by Dobson. Cleared back down to the Fort Wayne zone. 2:35 left in the game. 6-2 Komets. Here comes Richard over to Lee Harley Davidson. Davidson backhands it through the crease. Hankinson couldn't catch up to it. Around behind the net, Hankinson. Davidson off the boards to Boyce.
Well, that's where you know your players are. Did you see just bounce off without even looking?
He knew he was there. Jean-Marc feeds it through to Boyce off the skate. Oh, Hankinson whiffed on the shot. And Cleveland's going to break out 2-on-1. Boyce gets back, though. And look out the rebound. Reddick has it. Pokey hadn't been too busy this period either.
Well,
that's nice.
Wilkie.
Tour just gives a slap.
Yeah, it's all frustration now.
Kind of a little sissy tap there from Tour. Wasn't much of anything.
Did you see how Ian Boyce charged back? Play some defense. Down
he
on
got
his man
back
real quick.
Quickly. If there is a game 5, folks, it will be here, a Sunday night. If there isn't, and the Komets have wrapped this up, well, then we will await.
I got to run downstairs.
We will await the winner of the Indianapolis-Atlanta series. Randy? As we wait for Mark Gavart to come in here. Where's Mark? There's Mark.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, I didn't expect this kind of a blowout here tonight like this.
Well, I didn't either, but you see they're taking some stupid penalties late in the game. That's just the frustration that they're under right now. And stupid play brings about a
I was mentioning
like that.
to Randy, just before you put the headsets on here, that we start out strong in the game 3 at Cleveland. Frustration level is going to really increase for Cleveland.
Yeah.
They're liable to just self-destruct. And
well, we haven't fallen to
their
their level yet. Great play, Igor. Just we're really stretching and reaching for it tonight, making it happen.
Yeah. Here goes Igor. 1 minute, 35, seconds left in the game. Fired back into the Cleveland zone. Todd Nelson fires around the boards. It goes all the way back down to the Fort Wayne end of the ice. 1:25 left in the game. Komets have got one in the bag. They have a 2-0 games lead in the best 4 out of 7 first-round series. And Cleveland is in a world of hurt right now.
Well, I'm sure Phil Russell's going to have quite a few words for the team on the bus on the way home. Or it could be deadly silent, too.
Should be a real good trip, huh?
A real long one.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of bad. You know, you hear a lot of Cleveland jokes, but can you imagine you're in Fort Wayne, you lose the first 2 games of the playoffs, and then you got to think about going back to Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah. And winning at home.
Really not Cleveland. They play in Richfield, which is
suburb, deep south.
Way out of Cleveland.
35 miles, really, actually, from the city of Cleveland. There's not a lot out there but the Coliseum.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. 37 seconds left.
Scott Gruhl to Wilkie. Guys want to pad their stats right now.
Yeah, they're just handing it off to the guy that did it already.
Around behind the net. Gruhl is going to go right down into the ice level.
Like your 24 seconds left in the period, 6-2 Komets. You were talking earlier, we haven't gone to their level, if you will. Wilkie was evident in the last game there, last mix-up in front of the net there. We did not see them Wilkie didn't go to their level. He ended up getting pushed around, but he did not do anything as far as retaliate. He just stood there and had some words with him. So Komets playing some class game right now. Just waiting that time. Well, 6-2 Komets here. There's still 106 left on a penalty.
Oh, look at this, Mark.
What's that?
Tonight's attendance, 7015, I guess, 7048. I missed it by 33 people.
Well, I had figured 71, so I'm off, too.
So that gets me absolutely nothing.
Wouldn't have even if you hit the spot, but I appreciate you trying.
Although I would accept dinner for 2 at Hartley's.
You couldn't even get dinner at Billy's.
In downtown, beautiful downtown Zulu. And the game is winding down to a stop, and Thiessen, look at this. I thought he was going to cheap shot him.
You can't change it.
Here we go. We're not done yet. Tour and Savage looking at each other.
Savage has had a few words for everybody tonight. He's
Yeah.
Spreading some cheer.
Some good holiday cheer, huh?
Just beyond the shot that Pat's got there, they're all out congratulating Pokey. All the team is. That's what's really going on right there at the blue line.
Yeah.
That's the real game right there. There's some proud players there, and they deserve every bit what they get. Good, solid defensive play and some great offense.
So the Komets come up with a big 6-2 victory over the Cleveland Lumberjacks.
And those Jacks are getting booed on their way out.
And back to Cleveland for games 3 and 4 at Richfield Coliseum. Hey, folks, we'll be back with the post-game wrap-up. This is Komet Hockey on Channel 10.
Here we are at the post-game wrap-up, a big 6-2 victory for the Fort Wayne Komets over the Cleveland Lumberjacks, giving the Komets a 2-0 lead in the games in the first round of the Turner Cup playoffs. And Mark into Ohio we go for games 3 and 4.
Well, we just got done talking about the end of the third period. They're over in Richfield. Could be a tough win for the Komets to win over there, but the style of play they've carried on in the last 2 games, that evidence just carried right over for them. They shouldn't have any problems winning over there.
And I suppose you still got to stay with Pokey Reddick. He hasn't been all that busy the last couple of games.
No, and in fact, the shots they got in the third period, there was only 2, maybe 3 quality shots they had. The rest of them were just kind of floaters that he just picked up and dished off to the side or held onto when they had a face-off. So if you look at the shots on goal, 44-33, and I got to think about 20 of those were just kind of weak shots on the part of the Lumberjacks. So, no, he's on a hot streak right now. Keep him in the net.
Yeah, and the Komets had a lot of opportunities tonight. Had they converted on a few of those, it very well could have been, believe it or not, 10 or 11-2.
Yeah, absolutely.
A wild night.
I hate to say it, but poor Kelly Hurd. Kelly hits the side of the net. He gets over the top of the net, but of course his tenacity kept it out there, kept it alive, and he was able to have somebody else score. But it's just that guy's had more chances, and I wish him the best of luck to get some more chances too.
Now we go into Ohio. Do you play Guy Dupuis and Corey Koster and give some of the other guys a rest, or do you stay with what we got so far?
Fantastic formula right now. 2 different starting lineups Friday and then again on Sunday, which was a fantastic change, and they both paid off real well, both scoring early. Corey, of course, depending on his injury, had a Charlie horse. He's out for a little bit, so hopefully by now, Wednesdays you're watching as fans, he's replaced that and got himself better. We don't know. Of course, Fletch is always a strong person to take in another Coliseum like that, too, so it's the coach's decision. We'll see what happens.
Well, I think with Cleveland getting a little bit risky tonight, I think Fletcher is going to be playing in those games in Cleveland.
Well, you know, they've got that, when they're losing and they're down like they are, they're getting real frustrated, they're taking stupid penalties, and they're knocking each other around, and yeah, Al Sims might just say, Fletch, time for you to come in and do the duty.
Okay, thanks, Mark, for coming up here.
No problem.
Hey, a big 6-2 victory for the Fort Wayne Komets, a 2-0 lead in the games. 8 o'clock tonight right here on Channel 10. Komet Corner, thanks to Pat, Mark, Randy, I'm Tim. Good night, everybody.